2 on go.
No, I think we've had this conversation before about it, doesn't it?
Right, you'll have to tell me now if it looks okay on the stream, everybody. Well, we can rely on the stream to tell us. Tell me now if it looks okay on the stream. Oh. Well, we can rely on the stream to tell us.
Oh no. Too much.
Phil, are you watching the stream?
Gone off to find his phone to watch the stream.
Oh, I guess there is just a bit of a delay, isn't there?
No, sorry, we're watching the stream. We shouldn't be watching the stream.
I've just been handed this.
I don't know, just in case.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so I'm going to close that down, and they're live.
Okay, fine.
Are we alright?
One
Are we
missing.
live?
Oh, Charlie's gone. Where's Charlie gone?
To get my glasses.
Man down.
So stream, can you? Is it missing? Oh, Charlie's gone. Where's Charlie gone?
There we go.
Yeah, it's working.
It's actually working. The stream is working.
Okay, so we shouldn't have any echoes now.
You've got 47 people watching.
Yay, hi guys.
It's not too bad, apparently. Slight echoes.
Okay. Mum, Albie's all right. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
She just called to check on her dog.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
I thought.
Yeah. What are you
A
drinking?
glass of champagne.
Is that Italian champagne?
It is, yeah. It's
Fake.
of the Prosecco variety.
The French are now deeply offended. We've now only got 36 people watching.
Thatcher's. Is it Thatcher's?
No, it's Brothers.
And you go in with the red wine and then white wine.
Rhubarb and custard English cider.
And this is made in Somerset still.
Nice.
Toffee apple.
That sounds nice.
Toffee apple. Super
Plenty of
sweet.
sugar.
I'll be ready. I won't get dropped tomorrow morning.
Are you cycling or walking comming tomorrow?
I'm editing a walking com, which is just as much effort as a walking com in itself. So yeah.
Even this one.
Yeah, even this one. This is very windy. It's very windy. Eddie, does it sound good?
Yeah, it's okay.
Ed's got his phone up to his
He's
ear.
just checking the echo. But then we're not talking.
No, I was just
Hi, chat.
was-
Hi, everyone. Thanks for all the early messages. Sorry, Ed. go on.
I was waiting for Phil to follow up your question. So it took a while because of the notorious lag.
Yeah, not sponsored by Brothers Cider, even though it's from Somerset. So just Lord spotted that. So
Wanna be.
yeah. How are you feeling after earlier, you two?
Flawed.
It's the start of the rebuild, Ed. It is a start.
Yeah, there has to be a start
soar like
somewhere.
a phoenix, your FTP.
Bullet Bell's in the chat. Hi, Bullet.
How many miles did kilometres did Bullet clock up over the last 8 days? Because he seemed to finish his festive 500 very quickly.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
didn't
he did it in like 5 or 6 days or something. Yeah.
Rumor has
Deep
it,
Richard.
Bullet also acquired the Tron as well at the same time.
Did he?
Congratulations.
He's had the Tron for a while.
Has he?
He's probably just never known how to select it.
It was a
Like,
Cameron
well
Jeffers
done, Bullet.
joke, but
Oh, I see. Yeah.
maybe
Yeah, Bullet got his legitimately 25 times up the Alp.
So Chris Platt is asking, which Just Dance number should he take on tonight in the Platt family dance-off? He's thinking a high cadence number. I'm thinking You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Brilliant, that's a good one.
Ed would prefer something with lower cadence.
I was just seeing Lord's comment.
What's
I
Lord say?
don't know, Lord. He was just like, I want some arty shots. You're going to have to get down on the floor so you're not in the shot of the webcam when I'm live streaming. And I was just, once I got on the floor, I was like, I'll just stay here. It's probably safer than trying to get back onto a chair and accidentally ruining the stream.
Lord, how did you did you appear on the?
I think people might have seen me take my jumper off.
I gave you the brief and you.
I ruined it. I'm sorry. I'm so clumsy.
What was the brief? Ed?
Stay out of sight on the floor.
The brief was stay low. Stay low.
Like basically get the arty shots and don't come into shot of the webcam. Stay on the floor. It's just like, can I have a bagel and tea on the floor then? So.
So misogyny is live and well.
Yeah, you'll see tomorrow how good it came out. It may have been butchered. We'll see.
Kev Stephen in the chat. Question for Bullet in his 2020 roundup vlog. He says he's met 2 of the top streamers and YouTubers. Who the bloody hell is that? What did he? His wording was 2 of the most popular YouTubers.
Mr. Beast, did he make an appearance down in Minehead?
I would love to see. I would love to see Bullet on Mr. Beast episode. Yeah, don't take your hand off this Bullet. What, this one? It's like there's 100 grand gone. So no, he was over the moon. Bullet has done a little review video of his 2020, copying Ed Laverack's 7-year review. So go and watch that one. Oh,
He's just confirmed.
he's just confirmed it was Ed and Phil he was mentioning.
Who else?
And Michael Burns, I did have a nice little haircut, a little blow dry and a colouring ahead of tonight there for you, sir. He asked.
Was that a Jayne special?
No,
It wasn't.
We
No.
haven't got to those low
We haven't
dates
actually resorted to the. That will come in probably the second week in
This
January.
continues.
I feel like we didn't
That will
make
come.
enough of an effort.
Perhaps Bullet could give me some tips.
Yeah, I think he should do that. That should be his.
You know, online
I like
hairdressing.
doing lockdown.
That should be his next video, shouldn't it? It's like
How to do a haircut at home.
how to cut. Phil Lovett's hair. So
Live stream it.
yeah.
Cut and colour.
That was the rule. That was the rule of 2020, isn't it? Yeah. If it didn't live stream, it didn't happen.
That's true.
Dog.
That's true.
Trendsetter.
Have we introduced the partners yet? I was like looking at the screen.
Thanks, God.
This is Natalie. If you don't know my channel, this is Natalie, the female behind my channel, and this is Al.
The female.
No,
For those whose eyes are failing them, Natalie is indeed a female.
Phil's better with the words. He would be like, she's the queen of Minehead, other than Roz, the queen of Minehead. So hi Jason Willicombe in the chat. So they're watching.
Queen of Minehead, power behind the throne.
Yes, that's it. Power behind the throne. So yeah. Who have you got there, Phil?
Well, I have Jane, who is also a female, apparently. And I'm a male, just for the avoidance of doubt. And she's calm, and I'm not. She's the calm influence.
There's a yin and a yang.
Behind the stool, not the throne, the stool. I'm like a garden gnome, maybe with a fishing rod or something like that, and a toadstool. And Jane's the kind of the calm power behind the toadstool.
Very random description.
AKA, as Josh said, free Jane. # free Jane.
Free Jane, yeah, free Jane.
From the
There's no freeing her now. We've got lockdown. She's back under my control.
Get back editing.
I remember a conversation many years ago. It wasn't that many years ago, when someone said, "I think I'll start a YouTube channel," and I said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, you crack on. Don't expect me to have anything to do with it." And here we are.
Fast forward to today.
Yeah.
When did you come up with the epiphany of starting a YouTube channel, Ed? Because you're obviously, 4 years in, and it seems like a good idea at the time, and then it becomes.
He read
hard
Tim
work.
Ferriss's book. I remember this. I remember how, and he got into Casey Neistat and Gary Vaynerchuk on YouTube when they were kind of like at their peak doing like the daily vlogs and things a couple of years ago. And he was like, "I'm going to start a YouTube channel," and I was just like, "Okay, bye." Like, I don't have to be in it, right?
Casey Neistat, that was your influence. That's a good influence.
Like old school Casey Neistat though, like when he was daily vlogging, not the 365 stuff he's done all the last year.
Wasn't even the last year, was it?
Yeah.
I was just like, I was getting a bit fed up with people asking me what my next race was. So this was before Zwift came along. This was before Zwift came along, and if people asked me now, I'd be like, tomorrow night, yeah, and Tuesday night, and Thursday night. People kept asking me, and I was like, I'll just send you to my YouTube channel now, and you can see what races I've been doing. So yeah, Robin's just asked me now, when's my next race?
Are you racing with Phil on Saturday?
What race?
He's frozen. I thought he'd frozen then. Phil's doing that. What? You've got an easy route on Saturday, Phil, haven't you?
I shall do the Uber pretzel while we've got the endurance legs going. And then I'm going to go back to normality.
James,
Phil's normality.
I'm not going to see you much on Sunday, Phil.
I've got the velo skin. I'm going to have a liberal serving of velo skin. All's going to be well down there.
Oh, it was...
Another overshare.
I'm going to dip the hand in.
Oh, please no.
Don't double dip. Don't double dip, remember, because I've been to Mallorca with Bullet Bell, and you never double dip your bum cream. So,
well, I shan't be sharing my chamois cream with anybody ever, under any circumstances ever.
I think that's a good policy to have.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, it's like being in work.
Ed's getting his Casey Neistat on again.
And so, Scott, when did you come up with the idea to have 4 YouTube channels?
It was when you said don't do it, and I was like, right, I'll prove you wrong. I don't know how many I've got now.
I never said don't do it. I said don't. I said don't do the second one, or indeed the third one. The fourth one I actually supported.
Yeah, the fourth one you were well behind.
But with the first one, I'm really referring to the first of your social media platforms.
Yeah. Well, we're blowing up on TikTok now. Mine and Ed's video on TikTok has got nearly 150,000 views.
So 5 social media platforms there, sorry.
Yeah, Instagram.
6 to 7 actually, including Instagram and Facebook.
TikTok.
But the YouTube.
He was a TikTok sensation before he was on YouTube. Just read on TikTok.
TikTok is, yeah. What was the question?
When did you decide to set up your first YouTube channel?
The first YouTube channel was literally someone, I don't know who it was from the club, the cycling club. I did these TikToks. That's how it started, wasn't it, actually? Did the TikToks and someone said, I can't watch TikTok, so can you put it on YouTube for me on a shared link? And that was it. That was pretty much it. So, yeah, and then... sleepless nights ever since. So thanks you guys for your support.
I still adore the very first 10 of so mad. No. Those first 10 though, they were just like utter madness. Yeah, beautiful.
We did just before the injury. We did get back to that kind of style, didn't we? With the is this the end? Where I faked the 100-miler. And and I put in a little joke for Charlie in that one as well.
Did you?
I think it's the first video you've watched. It was a Harry Potter joke.
I'm a bit dim. Mind jokes tend to go over my head.
I was gonna say, on the note of your fitness, not to bring the tone down, but I saw you did share with me your performance management chart the other day, and in your words, not mine, you said it looked like the elevation profile of the Tour de Stations. It was like this, and then just like that all the way down.
Yeah, it was. We looked back at the last 2 years of performance on Training Peaks, and it was just like whoosh, 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 whoosh. So we're going to try and level that graph out next year, aren't we? And try and keep it level. And so Lord's happy to help. I don't know what he's happy to help with, but he's happy to help.
Stats, yeah.
He's Lord of the statistics and the infrastructure.
Oh,
yes.
He's Lord of the Discord. But Lord brings harmony where there is discord. Do you see what I've done there?
I like the way Lord put earlier as well. Jayne's not regretting this at all.
Jayne has many regrets.
Let's not start listing them on YouTube.
She often muses what a lucky moment it was when she met me.
So did Charlie, Jayne, and Nat? Did you see the stream earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going, and it's not happening.
Come on, if we get to 150 likes on that stream, we want well, what do we say?
Oh, I thought you meant on this stream.
No, that earlier. Yeah, so it's never going to happen now, don't worry. So if we get to 150 likes, then we want Nat, Jayne, and Charlie all in a race, like we were today, but you guys.
You saw my one bicycling moment that was on YouTube this year, didn't you?
And that's all I aspire to achieve, Jayne.
So an e-bike, I'm falling off of it.
Over.
But Charlie, you're a boss of cross, right?
Yeah, look, I think, we
Yeah.
have a presence. In fact, Nat rides a bike frequently. Charlie's...
No, but Charlie is from cycling royalty.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know about that. I can't.
Well, your dad.
Yeah, but
Dad
it's different though, isn't it? It's on an online platform. I'm still trying to get my head around like how to ride in a group ride on Zwift at the moment. Like it's still really new to me, so I don't know. I would be scared of either going off like too hard and like.
Well, there's your expert.
Yeah, like going off too hard, or just completely losing the blob because like the cross starts simulate the Zwift starts quite well because it is literally like full gas from the moment the whistle goes, and then like it just goes mad for about 10 minutes, and then everything kind of calms down for a little bit. But
DEFCON. DEFCON Ultimate.
I'll do it. I'll do it if Nat and Jayne do it. I'll do it if Nat and Jayne do
I
it.
said I'd do it, but I'm not very competitive, so I'll just, happily take the ride on Zwift.
One isn't very competitive. Aside from that, we're good.
Not riding a bike never stopped me. Not being able to ride a bike never stopped me trying to go outside either.
Yeah.
But Charlie, you've done 1, 2, 3 times as well. 3 times in a day, right?
Yeah, that was my. I did that in 2016. That was a challenge. A couple of us did with the club, which was quite nice. But yeah, we started at 4 a.m. and you up, down, and then you finish, and you've got to have a stamp at each kind of checkpoint. So it's quite it's something that I'll always remember. I want to go back and do, because there's another one where you do the four ascents, and
the fourth ascent is on gravel. Yeah. And
I'm like, woo, bit of gravel riding. So, but I'm scared of descending on gravel because I've come off so often. So we'll see.
I think that puts you in the A's on a chase race, and that will be the B's.
No.
Jayne Nat's got proper experience. You know what? In my head, Nat, my head is up and down. That's hard, right? And then Jayne.
Do they have a Y or a Z section?
Thank you, Martin.
No, yeah, D's is the lowest, isn't it? But like you were saying, how it's annoying. In the Christmas special, Jayne, that we filmed with the Christmas lights. Nat was going through that gap, and I just going to get the camera out. She's like going, I'm trying to emulate Jayne going around that, just going into the car park, wasn't it? In Italy. Oh, yeah. And I was just like, oh, quick. And then we didn't get it again, did we?
But I didn't make it anyway.
She didn't make it. So she was just saying how well you did. It was that tight turn just before you got back into the underground.
All right, apart from the falling off moment.
Yeah, well,
apart from that.
But at least you kept the edit. You kept it in the edit. So.
But Jayne, you won't fall off the watt bike. That's the thing.
Whoa!
No, exactly.
It's happened.
Well, no, you can't fall off a watt bike. But then you can fall off a trainer, as we know.
You can. You can crash a trainer. It is possible.
Yeah, and so Adam Turner's just said. So once you've done your Zwift race, then you 3 could do the Port Hill Climb 2021.
Oh, now that would be good. We can fit Jayne onto the Colnago. She's not going on the wheelie.
What? Just in case she fell off and damaged it.
Oh, low blow. Low blow.
I don't think you heard that one, Ed.
We don't talk about crashing bicycles.
No. I've never seen a crash where someone falls over. Sorry, I don't think we had it in the video, but you fell over just like an accident. But your saddle must have gone like half a mile down the road. I've never seen like the saddle just went.
Now I can break a bike at 50 yards, no question.
You should try crashing into a sheep, Scott. That your bike goes one way, your forks go the other way, your saddle goes the other way, and you end up kind of like in the bushes.
Did you say a sheep?
Mm.
Why wasn't it? I haven't seen this one.
This was when.
Oh, this was before.
Way before. Yeah, I was in a local time trial, and a sheep jumped out in front of me while I was on the tri-bars. Yeah.
Oh.
My front fork, my front wheel went one way, my bike went the other way, and I went somewhere else.
That was the day I broke course record because there was a howling tailwind.
Oh yeah.
There was a howling tailwind on that section, and Charlie was one of the first off, and it was also a very nice night. So there was 30 of us for the time trial, so I was off last man, and I flew past the crash scene. Didn't see Charlie there, but she was there with somebody. Somebody had pulled over to help her. And there I went. I broke course record, and I got to the finish, and I was like, "Where's Charlie?"
A really, really nice man. One of the guys who lived on the road where I crashed in his brand new BMW. I think he's a triathlete. He's a friend with one of the guys from the club. He picked me up and the bike, stuck me in the back of his brand new BMW in his fleece. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to wind the window down and let your boyfriend know what's happened?" I was like, "No, he looks like he's going really well. Let's leave him to it." So he took me to the finish and dropped us off with some friends. And then I had to wait for Ed to come in so he could drive me home because I was in too much pain to drive home at that point.
I think your front wheel's busted, anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, my forks and my front wheel actually broke off the bike. So there was a bike with no forks or front wheel.
It was forked.
It was forked.
Demonetised.
Nobody says better the word BMW than the Welsh.
BMW.
Could you say for me, Charlie?
BMW.
Twin tone BMW.
BMW.
And those of a certain age will know what that's from. Twin tone BMW.
Twin tone BMW, isn't it?
Twin tone BMW.
That's nice.
It's from
Charlie?
From Twin Tone.
W.
Yeah. Twin tone BMW.
Oh yes. The ultimate. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow.
Oh dear.
Isn't it?
That is such a movie.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Oh, I thought you meant just watch that.
I thought you should watch that clip, but yeah. I was thinking,
Scott, surely you're aware of the Twin Town work, yeah?
I missed
Natalie? Twin Town?
Twin Town.
Have you
not
never
watched
seen Twin
Twin Town?
Towns?
haven't got that one. We've got
You're
District 9.
connoisseurs of the DVD.
It's not in the DVD collection.
It's not in the DVD list.
What do you think of that, Ed?
Well, it might be.
I've never heard of that film either.
It might be streamed.
Twin Town.
Is it black and white?
You got. I don't think we'll watch
like
it,
the
and then it's a great movie.
It's like the badly budgeted Welsh version of Trainspotting.
Right.
It's probably the easiest way of
But it's
describing
better.
it. Yeah, but better, more humour, less serious.
And
That's
we can
it. Andy W's got it. Two-tone
BMW.
525. I was trying to do Welsh accent. I bailed out of it very early on.
yeah. Come on, Phil. Come on. It's New Year's Eve.
I can't do it. No, I
Come on.
literally can't
Come
do
on,
it.
boyo. Come on.
You just sound.
Two-tone BMW.
That's it.
You've got it. You've got it.
Two-tone BMW.
I could almost be mistaken from being from the valleys.
Almost.
The thing is, there are some people with accents like that in South Wales.
Yeah. You've got different Welsh accents, haven't you? Same as different English accents.
South Wales is lovely, isn't it? The higher you get up, it gets to Liverpudlian, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So North Wales is very Liverpool.
Yeah. It's a bit more
which Phil can
guttural.
do.
A little bit more guttural.
I think we should go for a ride.
You sound like you're from Rhondda way. When you said that, you don't sound North Walian. You sound like you're like
Rhondda.
Canan
Valley.
I'm trying to think how Gareth McGuinness, he won the Welsh Road Champs when I was a junior. I came third. He won it, and I remember his interview. I think that was the first time I'd ever heard a North Walian speak.
Whoa,
It is, it is like, hey, hi.
they're very, very guttural and very, very exaggerated teas. It's a bit Liverpudlian, isn't it?
That's it.
Because
Yeah,
their Cymraeg is different as well, so their Welsh is different.
Ed will break out his American one. American what?
American accent.
Look at that for a pour.
Sorry.
Hey man.
I'll do it quickly.
Jane.
Made a mess.
She's got Prosecco all over the editing computer.
No, I haven't.
That's where
That's probably like, oh no, I spilt wine all over it and it's blown up.
What are we going to do now?
Yeah, it's gone pop. So, Phil, you are racing on Saturday. Ed, you're not, are you?
No,
Are you racing?
I'm gonna train.
You're going to train. So Phil. It's lucky you're not racing tomorrow, Phil.
Day off.
Day off recovering, and then the Uber. The Uber's a long one. What's the distance? 100k?
128.
Phil wants you to shoot. No.
But I've learned the power of endurance.
After the you've survived the festive 500. I mean, there's nothing you can't do now. So
I've got the belly skin.
Nothing you can't do.
apart from the John O'Groats to Land's End that we'll probably plan 2022. Backpedal John O'Groats to Land's End.
GB Douro.
What, sorry?
GB Douro. That's Land's End to John O'Groats, but there's off-road sections.
Yeah, but how are we going to do that on a tandem?
Come on, where there's a will, there's a way, Scott.
There's six people here.
I was just thinking you need a triple, don't you?
No, we'll have two. It'll be a race. 3 times.
Do you remember when we went on the Porlock climb?
Which time did you
Dunkery climb, and there was that couple on the tandem, and they went down Dunkery the steep way on a tandem, and the guy was going, "Oh, the brakes don't work too well," and you were like, "Probably not the best descent in the world."
It's horrible going down there.
I don't like going down there on my normal bike, let alone a tandem with like.
Have you ever seen again?
We didn't see them because they were going to come back and watch Ed's Dunkery the next day because they were staying locally, just doing all the climbs, and
we didn't see them again.
We never saw them again. We've seen the tandem. The tandem's still halfway down the hill, but we've never seen them. So they were. Oh, they could talk, couldn't they, Phil?
They could talk, yes. That's 2 of your subscribers gone.
Yeah. They died on Dunkery. It's fine.
You'd be below 1,000 now.
Yeah. Will they demonetize? Will they claim back the partnership? YouTube claim back the they might claim back the £4 I've earned this month.
From what?
If I go back under 1,000 subs.
Oh, I see.
No.
No. Yeah. So, we haven't said hello to any of the chat really. Sam.
And Martin was asking earlier, who's this? This is Albie, who's Scott's mum and dad's dog. He's finally sitting quietly. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's an old boy.
Wow. No, he's very good.
How inconvenient. We just had a power cut. Mum's just had a power cut, so they've gone to Spain and they let us look after the dog for 4 months. So
4 months.
The corpse are ours, officially.
Yeah. Well, he's my stepbrother, isn't he, technically? Or half-brother or something. So.
Yeah.
But Jenny and Jim are in a power cut in Spain.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, Jenny.
She's still got wife. Oh, I guess she's on the phone.
I think she's just come back, is she?
There's batteries, isn't there, Scott? Batteries.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably no, Mum. 3 months, Scott. No. Yeah, the first time she said, "Can you look after Albie over Christmas?" I was like, "Yeah, when are you back?" April. I was like, "All right, yeah, fine, no problem." Yeah. So, yes, right, John, place your odds.
So to level the playing field, that's a bit like me on a bike for Phil.
No, Phil was dancing for Phil, wasn't it? When we said just dance.
Shiraz is up there as
So
well.
it's dancing, having fun, socialising, making merry. interaction with actual people, drinking, not being uptight. These are all the things that I struggle with.
Not being uptight.
Yeah, I'm the life and soul of any given party. People orbit around me.
It's good for you, Phil.
Sorry,
Charades
Charlie.
will be good for you then, because you. Or maybe you should come and work in paediatrics because you learn to make a tit of yourself and nobody cares. If you can do it in front of kids all the time, no one will care and you won't care either.
Yeah, the kids are the hardest audience.
They're brilliant. They're so easy.
No hiding place.
They see everything.
Sorry, I think that's
They're brutal. What's the rules of charades? Is it like cat A's, B's, C's?
I'm picking up something from Ed's body language about the charades.
Ed's never played either. Hi, Bullet.
Bullet Bale.
Let's spit it. The man they call.
He's watching himself on the TV.
You might have to hold him next to me. Oh, turn your volume down.
Hello, everyone.
Bullet, turn your volume down.
That's better.
Just say hi to the guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
It's your biggest.
Happy New Year.
There's Charlie
Happy New
there.
Year.
Hello. Hang on. I've got to move the screen. Hang on. We're FaceTime. That's it.
Wahoo! Stephen Pritchard says wahoo.
Woohoo! I'm looking at two screens here.
Just look at this one, Bullet.
Bullet, just look at this one and then just say hi. Jane's here. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Bullet.
Hi,
How you doing? Chris Platt says he's got to leave to go dancing.
Good luck with the dancing.
Enjoy the dancing, Chris.
Oh, I can't dance. Don't do dancing.
Did you check your mileage for the end of the year, Bullet? Now it's the 31st of December evening.
Yeah, the whole year.
Yeah.
It's a record this year again.
Wow.
It's 7,450. Yeah, 50. And I've done nearly 100,000 more feet of climbing than last year as well.
Oh, well done, Bullet. Wahoo!
Yeah, so I've broken the record both ways, in every way.
Well done, Bullet.
World record holder, Bullet Bell.
Yeah, so last year was 7,100 and this time 7,450.
Bullet, Ed's got a question for you.
What's that, Ed?
I heard that you beat Coach this morning.
I did. I had him on my phone, so I knew where he was at all times. I'm not letting him overtake me.
And then he sent me a message afterwards to say, hey, coach, it wasn't that bad. You only finished 3 minutes behind me.
I thought that was quite good, actually. Yeah.
Oh, well done, Bullet. Oh, it's nice to...
I even took a screenshot of it, so I knew where he was.
And Bullet, what is the alcoholic beverage of the evening?
Well, I've got an empty glass at the moment.
What, vodka?
But what was in it before?
Orange squash.
Oh, get the vodka out, Bullet.
I'm got lemonade.
I've got to be honest, I'm more of a Ribena man myself.
I'm trying to stay. I'm having a new start. I'm not drinking this year.
What, 2020?
I respect that.
2021, I'm not drinking at all.
Okay. That's a lie, because I know you'll
yeah.
be on the vodka straight away. As soon as you get your first com of the year.
I've got a triathlon to beat.
Oh, you've got a triathlon too. Yeah.
I've got to train for that now.
Yeah. All right, but I can't hold you up anymore.
Oh, that's all right. That's a shame.
You can see
Coach's arm is not very strong. It's a bit like his legs.
Well, I said on the ride today, didn't I? I said he'll regret that when I'm in the A's. I said if I'm going to have to get vlogging,
Regret A's. Those three things, will they come together in 2021?
So someone's just saying, Bullet, are you doing vegan annuary like Ed and Charlie?
No. Do I look like a vegan? I don't, or anything else? I don't know. I just eat what I want to eat, and I just train harder.
You'll just train out, eat what you want, and just train harder. There you
I
go.
eat chocolate all day long. I don't care.
Right. Any messages for your fans, Bullet?
Well, just stay safe and have a lovely New Year.
Nice one, Bullet.
Nice one, Bullet. Well done.
Take care, Bullet.
Say bye. Bye, Bullet.
Bye.
Cheers, Bullet. Speak to you soon.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Oh, my arms.
Are you guys doing Veganuary?
Yeah, we're doing Veganuary.
Oh,
Very
nice.
intricate top.
Oh, I've just sat on the dog.
Was that Star Wars, Ed, that you're showing us there?
Nice.
Nice.
Phil, have you watched The Mandalorian yet?
No,
They
it doesn't
are nice.
exist. It doesn't exist. As I've said to you, it doesn't exist.
Right, we're not talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, no.
Was that a Christmas present, Ed?
Last year, yeah.
Oh, do you want to see my Christmas present?
Oh no. Do you want to do that,
I
Scott?
was just going to show.
Oh wow.
I thought you were gonna show us.
Nice.
I thought you were gonna show us a baker's cyst.
Nice. Nicely shaken leg as well, Scott. It's all looking good.
Oddballs.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, I've got 6 pairs of oddballs.
You want to go to the doctor about that?
I'm liking that.
Yeah, no, they're very good. They started off as a charity brand, I think, and then
Yeah, they donate so much money to like sort of.
well, testicular cancer. So on the packaging, it tells you how to check your testicles as well. So yeah, wrong channel surely.
It's nice when you break out a new pair of pants, isn't it? And they've all been folded, and you kind of open them out, and they're going to be your friends for the next 15 years at least.
Yeah. That's a typical man, isn't it? It's just like,
hello, friend. We're going to do some mileage together.
We'll see you in 15 years when I'm throwing you out.
And now I can say, and welcome to my new friend Velo Skin. There'll be some residual there.
Right.
Sponsored.
Too far.
Charlie's had enough.
Charlie's left.
Charlie's gone to
Wonder
get
if
some
it's
pants.
related to the discussion.
When you said the bullet, are you going to be doing Veganuary? And he said, "Do I look like a vegan?" That's probably the quote of the month there. Do I look like a vegan?
Backpedal t-shirt, bullet. Do I look like a vegan?
But I think you can go better than that, Scott, because you know VC.
Yeah,
So
well,
you can send a picture of it to VC and say, VC, does Bullet look like a vegan? I mean, VC is the guy to opine on this kind of stuff, right?
I think I just imagine what he would say.
I mean, we should just get him in the call now.
Yeah.
Yeah, call your other friends.
Hank or VC.
And then, just for science, because obviously this would be a scientific kind of endeavour, you could ask Durian Ryder, does Bullet look like a VC? No, not like a VC, like a vegan.
Ed's gone. He's gone to call a VC. I think Bullet and look at old Durian Ryder over there. Go on then, Ed. Eat one with the skin on.
Our skin's too tough for my teeth.
You call yourself
I still am needing kind of therapy, having seen you for the first time on Instagram eat a banana with the skin on it. That was something that you can never unsee once seen.
Well, I do it every ride, so I just thought may as well share it.
You eat bananas with the skin on? What? How did I miss
I told
that?
you she was a huge fan.
You shouldn't.
No, I do genuinely watch videos, but I think because I try and do other things at the same time, I'm not fully absorbed.
Charlie, my videos are one of the only videos you can't do anything else because, and I understand because you're a migraine sufferer, so I don't expect anyone that suffers from migraines to watch my videos. To be honest, because
it is like a rave. It is like a rave on a bike.
That's why you have to do the 300k overnight Audax with me next year, because then, we'll be able to do we'll be able to bring my disco lights on the bike. We'll have Disco Ed.
Yeah, but how can you do a quick edit on a 600 kilometre? Oh, you're doing the 300k.
Oh, that makes it better, does it?
You've just
half as far, but
you just reminded me now about the 600k one that I've got in me.
The Backpedal 600k one.
Well, it's not the Backpedal.
600k what?
Well, if us three do it, it will be.
Huh?
600k doesn't happen for me.
Yeah, we struggle to do 500k in a month. In a week.
Think of the views.
Think of the views. Think of the content.
Yeah, the content. So what's on the agenda with 600k, Ed? Explain. Is it like Tour de Stations, like From hell?
You're not doing it fasted, Phil, all right?
Fasted.
It's
Faster is fasted.
No, Phil, not 600k.
You're
gonna need some cake.
The 600k Audax is. It starts in Chepstow and then it goes to Bangor and then turns around and comes back to Chepstow. So it's basically top to bottom of Wales, well, bottom to top and back. 600k just straight through.
And you're going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you're not doing it.
No, I'm definitely not doing it.
I'm going to put the tri
circumstances.
I'm going to put the tri-bars on for that one.
But you're serious about doing that? Because I remember seeing your last Audax, and that was like 300 kilometres, wasn't it?
Yeah, 300k, yeah.
And it didn't look...
Yeah.
Shall we say 100% fun at certain points in the evening?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It was overnight, wasn't it? And it was in like middle November. So it was like raining and like 0 degrees. Whereas in May, you are obviously going to have to ride through the night, but you will ride through the day twice, technically. So you'll start in the morning, you'll ride through that day, through the night, and then finish the following evening-ish. Well, it depends.
This is next level stuff.
It depends on how long it takes. Depends if you need hospital treatment halfway round.
You get what, sorry?
It depends. It depends if you need emergency treatment halfway round.
I mean, Charlie will be there with new bib shorts, I'm sure, halfway.
Well, that's what my panniers are for, you know. I put them in my bag. I carry them on the bike, and then...
I don't mind doing a drive around with like spare kit and food for people. That's not a problem. People did it for me on the Von too, so I'd be happy to do that for you guys.
I think that's nice.
Yeah, I just have spare kit and food and things in the car for people and arranged like checkpoints to check in on you. Scrape you off the road when you need it.
There we are. Make sure you cut this bit out of the video, Scott, so that we have it as a short, because she will go back on that.
What?
It's hard doing that stuff.
I don't like doing feeds for you when you're in the middle of a race and you rip my arm off.
It's hard.
I'm imagining a bottle like Charlie.
Michael Harans just said, imagine Phil doing that descending in the night.
Yeah, well, there'd be 3 broken bikes per descent. Charlie wouldn't be bringing the food; it would be like fresh bike.
Yeah, we can put a roof rack on, Phil. Fresh bike. Be like Tour de France.
Yeah.
By then you'll be sponsored. You'll be sponsored by Willia by then, Phil. So you'll have multiple.
Yeah, it's coming, isn't it? It's coming. The Willia sponsorship. But anyway, 600 kilometres is like an average day's training for Phil Rich, I think.
Adequate.
So you know,
maybe Phil can do it.
Vegan tips.
Phil Rich is Mr. Vegan.
Yeah. So Bullet, if you need any vegan tips, get on to Phil Rich. Bullet won't be watching this now. Now he's made an appearance. He'll get to.
He's gone to find some beige food.
Yeah, he'll be beiging it up tonight.
All the brown foods.
Yeah.
Brown foods for power.
Not brown. You'd never eat brown rice. As Jay in the
white
chat,
rice.
So that Big Jay's in the chat. So yeah.
So
Bullet's still here.
Big Jay in the chat. Big Jay, how many 12s will it be tonight? Given it's New Year's, is it a 9-pack tonight?
Roz has just done the festive 500 all outdoors, I think.
Yeah, that's huge.
Credit to her.
So
not being the nicest weather.
No, she accidentally. I think she had a good start. Wasn't planning on doing it, and then
she skipped 2 days.
Skipped 2 days as well, so she's done really well. So
fair play. That's a good achievement.
Yeah.
Well, Roz left me for dust on the descent of, I forget which climb, the North Hill climb. Is that right? The descent. Yeah. Supreme cyclist.
She's like Purcell. She's small and mighty, isn't she?
Yeah, a little pocket rocket.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like Purcell, small and mighty. That was the
under a new name.
What? What's that, Jane?
Mr. Badger's Eyebrow is in the chat, but today he's using the name Dr. Howe, aka Badger's Eyebrow. I'm assuming it's the one we all know. He says, "Thank you, you've saved his New Year's Eve."
Badger, respect.
Doctor's eyebrow. Doctor's eyebrow.
So, because Badger's Eyebrow has always been an enigma. Always a pleasure to see Badger's Eyebrow and Silky Mr. Fox in the, when we're talking of forest creatures. I haven't yet seen a rabbit, although Jane does run like a squirrel. Anyway. But Badger, is your name Hugh, sir? Is your name Hugh, sir? Because always a pleasure to see Badger's Eyebrow. I always think I've got a nice bushy eyebrow. What does a badger's eyebrow look like? It's probably quite bushy, I think, if you were to
you wouldn't get
look
close
at Badger
enough
in
to
the
a badger
face.
Phil to notice.
But Hugh, is it Hugh? And thanks very much for joining.
So some names that do jump out when you've been watching other channels and stuff. And I think Badger's Eyebrows only come over to my channel. It is Hugh. Has come over in the last last month maybe or something. So, but he said making him laugh is a huge achievement. So there you go.
Who are you making laugh, Scott?
Badger's Eyebrow.
Oh, yeah, it's Badger still. Sorry, yeah.
that's one.
I thought there was a different creature that you were making laugh.
No,
Badger's Eyebrow. Charlie's, has a badger ever taken you out of a TT before?
No, only a sheep.
Only a sheep.
Only a sheep. And I have braked very hard for squirrels during cross. Because you just don't want to
get race squirrels in the cross.
She doesn't race them.
Yeah, there's all sorts of little critters during a cross race, Phil. Usually at the riders, you've got to elbow out the way.
I was going to say, cross is not my cup of tea. It looks very muddy.
You don't know that because you haven't tried it.
Oh, I can't wait, Phil.
You don't know that because you haven't tried it. I think on the right course...
It's muddy.
Yeah, that's the fun bit.
I mean, the pot glasses are going to get speckled in bits of mud.
Yeah, it's fine.
What then?
Which pair?
Just do the dry ones.
What then?
Well, you have a specific.
Got to clean the chain. I mean, you've got to clean the chain.
Yeah, but you have a specific set of kit for cross. So I have a skin suit that the skin suit that I wore when the sheep took me out, which was a brand new skin suit, got wrecked. It's got holes in, so I wear that for cross. And I have an old pair of glasses that I don't mind getting muddy and ruined. So yeah, you just get someone else to clean your bike for you.
Yeah,
so you can just concentrate on racing,
Yeah. Lord Delego's back in the chat. I'm tempted to ask him if statistically Wales is the country that you're most likely to hit a sheep on your bike in.
Interestingly, I would have actually said probably Australia.
Oh, Tasmania, more sheep than people.
Possibly.
New Zealand, isn't it?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, fancy that, Lord of the Statistics, stereotyping the good people of Wales about sheep. I mean, fancy that.
Yeah, Piglet's right. I mean, so for some cyclocross races, some high-end ones, you do get a pit crew that will clean your bike whilst you swap bikes. Isn't that right, Charlie? And then you get a new bike, and then they spend half hour cleaning that bike.
Just like Formula One.
It's just like Formula One.
We have done that as a club. We have because you've got the vets and the ladies race first, and then you've got the seniors race. So we would swap between us depending on who was racing and borrow someone's petrol generator to basically power wash anybody with a spare bike. But I was always too cheap to have a spare bike, so I just carried on and just hoped for the best. And touch wood, I never ever lost a derailleur or jammed a chain or broke a chain or anything like that. So I either wasn't doing it right or I was just really, really lucky. So, and I didn't ride through I'm really bad at riding through sand pits and through deep mud because I'm only 67 kilograms. I just lose momentum straight away. So I just end up getting off and running with the bike on my shoulder anyway. So maybe that kind of helps with the lack of bike casualties.
Yeah, I've got a lot of traction on my back.
I'm not selling this to Phil at all, am I?
No, I mean, I'm thinking, who is good at riding a bicycle through the sand and mud?
100 kilos.
A lot
Other
of
than Van der Poel.
yeah.
You just need a lot of talk. Not a lot of talk. You need a lot of talk in the right area, don't you? You don't need to. It's quite an experience.
It is, and like it's like sticking to the ruts as well. You've got to like pick your line through the ruts. And I
find it hard enough to stay on the right side of the road.
Yeah, that's true. We've ridden with you.
Doesn't bode well, does it?
I think I'm just too light. I get into the sand on the mud, and I'm like pedaling like mad, like trying to get torque, and I just come to a stop. So I always just get off before I hit those sections now, because I'm quicker running through them than I am trying to ride them.
More efficient, saving.
And are you going to be gracing the cross scene with your presence in 21 if there's racing in 21?
If there's racing, I'd definitely love to get back into it and do it again. Just because it's like the most fun I've had on a bike. That's why I think you should have a go, Phil. If you have trouble having fun, you'll enjoy the cross. Yeah,
I will have a go if I can have somebody else's bikes, the plural, bikes, and the mud. Well, isn't too bad, because I've seen some races where you can actually ride the bike rather than merely run with it.
Yeah.
And then I just give it all to whoever it is at the end of it. And I forget, then I just go home in a limousine or something like that with a spa in it.
And you should like it because it's only, 45 minutes to an hour, Phil. So it's only a short, and you are like going hard for that 50 minutes.
Yeah, no, I like the pedalling bit. The pedalling bit appeals. It's just the mud, the cleaning of the bike, the cleaning of yourself.
Good news. Mm-hmm. Someone's offered you a bike in the chat. Thank you so much.
Well, black and white photographers.
That's super of you.
Black and white photographer Gaz is in the chat, and we have one at Dunster, so right on our doorstep. That used to be quite early on, so it was the one that me and Bullet have done. I got lapped 3 times.
By Bullet?
No, not by Bullet. But I got lapped. I beat this guy. If Mum's in the chat, Paul Broom, which I think they, I don't know, sold her motorbike to actually. This is a small world, and I beat him in a 10-mile time trial the week before. Literally 2 weeks later, a week later, he's lapped me 3 times on a 2-mile course. So it is different. It is different power. But Paul Piglet's putting up his bike for you to borrow, Phil. So there you go.
Well, I mean, if Paul's happy to clean the bike,
it's interesting.
He's just going to use it and then just hand it back.
I mean, I hate cleaning the bike. It's just hell. No one tells you this when you go and buy the nice shiny bike, and then the chain gets dirty, and you've got to find a way to clean the chain in a flat with not a hose pipe. And then you've got to get wet wipes. This is what I have to do. You have to get wet wipes to clean the bike down.
But
Phil, you drive.
Stick it in the bathtub.
No, car wash. That's what all the pros do. I'm telling you. Do you ever see pro riders who are on either their own training camp that they've organised, or like away, like a race or something, and they haven't got a mechanic? They'll go to a bike wash, they'll pay £1, and they'll spray their bike down. Obviously, it's not the best thing for bearings, but if you were to be in desperate need of giving it a deep clean, that would be the best way of doing it.
I'm going to do that.
Not on your Villia.
You sorted out my next content. Oh, I've got reverb. You sorted out my content for the next month.
Cyclocross without mercy, someone said that.
Cyclocross without mercy.
Think of the views. I mean, think of the storyline. That's that would be some no issue oil in the shower. Yeah.
Agnes has also joined the chat and commented that she washes her bike in a shower.
Yeah, well, you get told when we went to Mallorca, there was a sign that says, "Please don't wash your bike in the shower."
That's why I ride at the velo circuit up by the Olympic Park, because they've actually got a hose that I can use. Yeah, but then partly why I go there.
You've ridden home in the drizzle after that as well, so then it's by the time
I don't like doing that either. I much prefer someone to come and collect me with a van or something like that, and just
Bye, Phil Rich. Thanks for the entertainment throughout the year, he says. So, Happy New Year, all.
Happy New Year, Phil.
Hi, Ryan. I'm sure you... Phil, we still haven't played charades yet.
Yeah, no. We've done well. Go on in. Give us a start. Should we give this? I think Nat should start.
No, I'm awful at these things.
I don't think you probably are, Nat. I'm guessing you're a star at this.
What are the rules and basic fundamentals of it?
Scott and I were talking before when we were having dinner, and he's like, you've got to do it's a book or it's a film or it's a TV. What's the TV? TV. Yeah. Thanks. And then I just googled like charades, and it was like telling you to do things like driving a car, or what else did it say, Scott? Like, I don't know, like loads of random things which weren't books or TVs, or so I haven't got a clue really.
Right, so I've got an idea, and it might not last very long. So if Nat, Charlie, and Jayne close their eyes, Charlie. Jayne, don't sing.
Why
So
do
Phil,
they all do this? Why don't they just go like that?
Jayne won't cheat.
No, because it's going to be.
I'm not looking.
It's so like the girls have got to guess this from Phil. Ready? So don't look. So Phil, this is your first one, okay?
God.
Oh, you're joking me.
All right, don't look, girls, don't look.
Can't
Right,
you
you got that, Phil?
Can't you just recite something from it?
Yes, I've got it.
Got it. Right. So now Phil's going to do charades for you three. Okay.
You can look now. I haven't watched it, by the way.
It's a film.
Yes. Yes.
Is that the first word? How many words is it?
Oh, all right.
5 words.
5 words. First word, the. Second word, I.
Hi.
Sounds like
Hi.
Sounds like I don't know. Sounds
I
like
don't know.
Sounds like I.
Can't believe you're getting the first one.
Hearing, ear.
Cry. Shy. Bye. My.
Nearly. Just keep going through all the place.
Lie.
Guy.
Hi. Lie.
Hi.
Go back.
Bond.
Die.
Die. Spy. Spy.
The spy who loved me.
Love me.
No.
No.
Spy.
Again. You had another spy?
Spy.
Is spy part of the word?
Third word.
3?
Who?
W.
W. Who? The spy who...
Oh, yes, I
How
know.
many words has it got?
5.
I can't wait for this next word.
Oh, is it Austin Powers one? The spy who shagged me?
Yeah. Thank you. You spared me. You spared me. I very much appreciate that.
Well done, Jay. I was just waiting for him to get up and go.
I was thinking of anything I could do to avoid doing that.
It's just like, but Charlie got a spy who loved me quite early. Obviously,
Very quickly.
the original James Bond one. Look at these now. Right, so I'll be the quiz master then.
Boy's going to do one now.
Yeah, you can do.
Okay, so who's going to do the next one? And I'll choose one from the shelf.
All right, make it nice and easy.
All right.
I'll choose one.
Tim Bliss has commented that this is incredible. This is your TV viewing highlight for New Year's Eve.
It's like
Congratulations,
Gogglebox.
Tim.
Don't worry, we'll be done in time for Hootenanny, Phil.
Not film live, apparently. Ever.
No, like
I didn't realise that before. I feel
right,
cheated.
so I can't look. And when you put on,
You'll know what eyes look where I get from
What?
the DVD show.
What's Hooter Granny?
That's something entirely different.
That's the next one. That was going to be the next one I was going to choose. Hooter Granny.
What is it?
What, you have seen No, actually, he's never seen it because he's always in bed before New Year's.
I had a nap this afternoon.
He's never, in the 7 years we've been together, he's never stayed up for New Year's.
Lies.
You're always like Nat, always asleep.
Lies.
He's asleep.
Lies.
Right, Nat. So I've got to close my eyes now. And
Right,
obviously,
so who am I showing it to?
us.
So why don't I show it to you? And Ed and Phil have got
You can't
to
show it to me
Why?
because I've got to guess who's going to do it.
No, you're going to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to see it,
Exactly, no one needs to show.
but the chat want to see it.
Okay.
So
Cover your eyes.
yeah, so I didn't have to close my eyes because I'm going to be the one guessing it.
No, that's correct, Scott.
So who's doing it to who?
I think Scott's doing it to Ed and I, so we need to close our eyes.
Yeah. And I'll show the chat. Okay.
Well, that was quite quick for the chat. So that film was called. Okay. Trouble is, I don't know if these two have seen this one.
Are we're okay to open our eyes, I assume?
Yeah.
Well, we're covering both ends
We probably
of the
haven't, Scott.
spectrum.
We probably haven't.
Is it?
That makes your acting all the more important, Scott.
But come on,
Mm.
a film.
Book. First word.
First word. It's a one-word film.
Is it too hard?
No. How do you do first half of a word?
First syllable. Is that syllable?
Second syllable.
2 elbows.
2 syllables.
1 elbow.
2 syllables. First syllable is what you're about to act out. Horns. Hornblower.
Corn. Horns.
Rabbit.
Ranger. Her Majesty.
Is it Com Hunt TV?
What?
Com. Queen.
Yeah.
King. Maker. I don't know many King
Queen's
films.
Gambit.
Second syllable.
Hot. Hot Queen.
Prick. You pricked your finger. There was a prick in the finger. I thought we were going to get the hemocrit level. The hemocrit level was coming, wasn't it?
King Prick. Yeah.
King Prick.
Say what you see.
But we didn't guess King Prick.
No. King
No.
Prick's not right.
It's not a film, is it? Oh,
But King something is.
Kingpin. The boulder.
Yes. How are we doing the scores? That was brilliant.
There we go.
I just loved
I
it.
have seen
Prick.
Kingpin.
Prick.
I have seen Kingpin.
It's a good film. I love it. King
Yeah,
Prick.
it's good. If you like bowling.
There's a one line in there about Bill Murray and Woody Harrelson's a good film. So right now then, who's going to?
Thank you, Lord.
Noob Cyclist says the Queen's Gambit's very good. I would agree.
Elf.
Maybe.
Elf. Rabbit. There's loads of good guesses coming in from the chat here. I'm liking that.
See, Sam.
Happy New Year, Sam.
Who lost 30 viewers when Phil said prick. All the men left.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
He's going under DVD.
Oh, right.
We're only doing DVD.
So we know so we don't actually need to do the film thing.
Happy
then,
New
really.
Year, Michael.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So Nat can't. So who's going to do this one then?
Well, I think
Is it Jane or Charlie or Nat? Jane.
I don't want to.
It
Jane?
hasn't gone yet.
So if I got
We're doing boys first and then girls. You've started with 2 boys.
Oh yeah, what did we do? Oh yeah, Phil did it the first.
Come on then.
Charlie.
Give it to me.
Okay.
Give it to me,
Who's
boy.
guessing?
Come on, Hamish.
Right. So who am I showing? Who's hiding?
Yeah, we've kind of got a bit of mixed teams going on, haven't we? Because Phil did.
Phil's become a girl.
Yes.
Oh
And then
yes.
Scott did one which
For the boys guest. So Ed, you do one for the girls. So you got to do this one. No, or Charlie or Jane.
Ed can do one because he's never played charades.
Okay. Right. So Jane,
So-
Charlie,
I'm not looking.
Cover up.
cover up.
Ed's going.
Charlie, you gonna cover up?
Charlie, cover up.
Oh, this is so strange because I thought about this earlier today.
I'll hide it from Nat. Okay, it's hidden.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, you didn't tell
So
me.
who's-
The girls are guessing Ed's.
Oh. Is it a film, Ed?
It is a film.
Yes.
No speaking it.
That's like a little rabbit. Ed
No
is here.
no speaking. Stum. All right.
From you, Ed, you can't
How many
speak.
words? 2 words.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Right.
Just
I'm
the first
keeping an eye
and
on
second
the
word.
chat,
First
see who
word.
wins.
Why would you start the second word?
Oh, just get on with it.
First word.
Looking. Spying. Looking.
Searching.
Spying. Peeping. Look.
Creeping.
Searching.
Creeping.
Second word.
Nope. Second word.
Why would you start on the second?
Finding Nemo.
What
Charlie
was
got it.
it? Finding Nemo.
That was like
Brilliant.
Zen moment.
I thought
Zen
that was
moment.
quite tricky.
That is telepathy
Very good.
in the Welsh house.
So what's the score then, Scott? Who's the winner? Declare the winner.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I don't know what we were doing there.
You're the scoremaster.
Yeah, so that was 1-0, I think.
No, we've had 4 rounds of it.
But
Well,
I have to say,
we've got to have. We've
That's
got to
my
have a
favourite Pixar.
female do one just to make it fair. So
Female. Can you explain which of the 6 of us is a female, just for everybody?
the ladies. But wasn't it impressive that Charlie got Finding Nemo when it could also have been Finding Dory, yet she knew it wasn't?
Yeah. Well, because she.
Charlie probably weighed up the probabilities of it being the main film or merely a sort of a follow-up. And statistically, I think that was the correct decision to have made.
It's my favourite
Lord
Pixar
Delego
film.
would probably opine on that as well. If it was a 50-50, he would have gone for Nemo, I think.
Lord Delego was actually saying, when Ed thought about it earlier, did he mention it to Charlie?
Well, I'd never seen Finding Dory until about 3 weeks ago. So, in theory, Finding
very
Nemo would have been a more plausible guess.
And it is one of the best Pixar films.
Yeah,
Is
Finding Nemo.
It's up
Okay,
there with Monsters
James,
Inc.
One of the best.
Jane, do you fancy doing this one? Just everyone then close their eyes, apart from Jane and me.
Okay.
Ready, Ed? Close your eyes. It should be nice and easy, so.
Oh, God.
Haven't you seen it though, Scott?
All right, Jane?
You done?
Scott, haven't you seen it?
Yeah, you can open. Charlie!
Right, okay. Obviously, it's a film.
3 words.
3 words.
It's really hard.
3rd word.
Edward. Sounds like me.
Me.
Jane. Female.
Jumper.
No, that was on the right lines.
Jane. Me. I.
Yes.
Sounds like I.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Oh.
Spy? Is it Spy Who Loved Me?
No, you don't give me choose, but he needs
Golden
to. This is
Nut,
really awful. Right, so 3rd word.
Yeah.
You can't speak.
3rd word.
You've ruined the game. I'm leaving. You've ruined it for everybody. You've spoiled it, Jane.
Eating.
Flip it now. Can't bring you anywhere. You just ruined it for me. Just
That's up.
bloody hell, Jane.
So sounds like I, but eating.
Mince pie?
Pie.
Pie.
Pie in the
Is it Austin
sky!
Powers, the spy who shagged me.
The
No,
3rd word.
that would be a ridiculous mind for that.
American Pie.
What, the 3rd word is pie?
Yeah. The American Pie.
American pie.
No.
That's it.
It's
It's
got 3
definitely the
words.
American pie.
Not American pie.
The German pie. The English pie.
I can't even think about how to do the other 2 words.
Is it rabbit pie?
Dirk says she put the pie that shagged me.
Jane, I don't even know. Is it pie?
Yes, the
I
third
think it's
word.
pi.
She's told you that 4 times.
So what's the
Is it the circumference of a circle? Pi squared times the diameter. I think that's right.
I'm trying to think if I have to do the first word.
Phil's on the right track.
Is it and? What?
Is it a descriptive
I
word?
Nat, it's in your DVD shelf, Nat.
Is it the Italian job?
That won't matter.
Have I seen it?
Yeah, it's in 3D.
It's Twin Town.
Pie.
I know it's Twin Town.
Hey, read in the chat, you two. Oh.
Says you got it on your big screen.
First one.
Well, I mean, is it A Brief History of the World by Stephen Hawking? No.
Phil Allen's
A Brief History of Time, sorry.
So that's
For
just
the aficionados of
got 3
atomic
words.
physics out there.
3 words. The last word is pie. Jane, there you go.
And it's also a book.
Life of Pi.
Well, that's helpful.
The life
What?
of pie.
Yes. See, I've read the book.
Me too.
Charlie!
Thank you, Charlie.
You literally howled down.
I don't think any of
I'm
us
sorry,
were
I get
aware
really
of such a thing.
excited.
It's a great book.
But when Phil said about pi, that obviously the number, I was thinking he's on the right lines here. So
No.
well done, guys. That
Sorry,
was brilliant.
guys. I get so
I'm so really,
excited.
and apologies because that was truly awful.
That was brilliant. I was like going, why can't these guys get it? It's like life of pi.
Well, the
All
Matrix. But we've seen it now.
Many matrices.
No, no, just joking with these 2 up here or wherever they are. That was good. I enjoyed
People in
it.
the chat are literally going, pie, pie.
Pie, yes, please, pie. Bullets, vegan pie. You guys are awesome.
So what is the score then, Scott?
I think that's 3-3 now.
Okay, so let's have one decider then. It needs to be a
so who's
decider.
gonna do this one, Charlie?
Yeah, go on. I'll act it out. Don't give me anything too hard.
No.
Charades without mercy.
It's going to be Ghostbusters. He always goes for Ghostbusters.
This is charades without mercy. What are we talking about?
For the viewers.
Charades.
Or Badger's eyebrows have a message retracted. The basis that I believe he commented on the pie that shagged me.
But no, there were no modulators here.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So that's just YouTube.
Sorry.
And a newer Dr. Badger having a message redacted.
That's retracted. He might have sent it back.
Retracted. Retracted, redacted. You say potato, I say patata. Let's sort the whole thing out.
First of all, someone
Stephen
said
has said,
about...
thank God for Chuck.
Oh, no, stop. We've seen
No,
it.
this isn't for this because this will be too hard. But this is the TTs. People were talking about the Isle of Man TT, weren't they, in the live stream this morning?
Yeah, no one would have got that, Scott.
No, that's it. That's
No one.
right.
Literally.
So everyone closing their eyes apart from Charlie.
Close your eyes, Ed.
That means you can't say then, Scott.
Well, no, because I've got to show the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get brain waves.
So have you got the amount of words?
Hang on. Yeah, I think so.
Is it a lot?
No. Get off me. Okay, I'm really cool now.
Look at these two.
Back in the room.
Are we okay to look?
Yeah.
Could have been there all night.
I was having a little nap, to be honest. It was quite pleasant.
You two are like...
I was saying my prayers.
Wishing for
Please give me a 5 watts a kilogram FTP. Please, please, please.
£10
It must be a priority for you, Lord.
subs.
Oh, this is a tough one, apparently.
Wow, tough one. I thought it'd be quite...
A film? It's a film.
Okay. It's 4 words. Sorry.
You can't speak, Charlie. We've been through this with Jane.
First word.
The. Second word.
The time.
Time.
What did Ed say? I didn't hear.
Time, yeah.
Fourth word.
Ring.
Lord of the Rings.
Ring. Wife.
Lord of the Rings, that's nice.
What did you say, Nat?
What was that?
Nat, what did you say?
What Matt
Marriage.
said.
After that,
Then
Wife.
Yeah.
marriage.
Oh, the time traveller's wife.
Yay!
yeah.
Oh my word, Nat. I mean, again.
What is that?
Charlie,
It's
very
a film.
good.
Is that a
And it's
big
a book.
movie? Was people aware of such a movie?
Huge
Yes,
film.
and
This
it's
is
a book as well.
It's a huge film.
See,
Okay.
this is part of the issue with Phil.
technically unmissable.
And yet,
It's for 12-year-olds.
It's got Rachel McCann. It's got Rachel McCann's in.
Have we watched that one?
No, we've never watched it.
It's not horrific.
But it's the most romantic movie since The Notebook.
Ugh.
So I think the ladies won it 4-3.
Smashed it.
I think that was fair.
Well done, guys.
I think you make a very nice Felicity Kendall, Nat.
Una Stubbs.
No, it's Felicity Kendall, was it not? And Lionel Blair. Am I right?
Sorry, Phil, that's a bit lost on me.
Gone over her head.
But you need to be 10 years older, probably.
There was a charade show called Give Us a Clue.
Yeah, give us a clue.
Very popular in the 70s and early 80s.
It's not like it was in the 80s.
Is that the theme tune? Give us a clue. Give us a clue. Give us a clue.
I think you're right. Sing it, Scott. Sing it.
Give us a clue. Give us a clue.
Yeah, you just keep singing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember him doing a little tap dance to give us a clue or something. So
Anyway,
yeah,
that was nice. We got through the spy who did what to me.
I think you put that one aside deliberately, Scott.
You did.
Yeah.
So what is the plans for tomorrow then, up in Wales?
I'm probably going to have a day off.
Charlie, what are the plans?
I'm trying to ride 30 minutes. Well, I was trying to ride 30 minutes a day throughout the Festive 500, but I missed 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think I'm going to carry it on until the end of January. So I've got to do 30 minutes on the trainer tomorrow. Maybe go for a walk. I don't know.
I haven't prescribed that, by the way.
And is the veganuary starting properly tomorrow? Like all
no, it's starting
milk
tomorrow.
Products, chocolate, the
That's why
works.
Ed's eating the chocolate.
Nice work, sir.
I've had to hide lots of the biscuits and chocolates and
Biscuits. Are biscuits non-vegan?
a lot of them are butter in. You can get like dairy-free butter and things, but it's like we did a shop yesterday and Ed was picking up cereal. He's like, oh, they use honey to sweeten the cereal, and I was like, yes, not vegan or plant-based then. So
anyway,
Jammy Dodger.
Starting. And what about the madness of the West? Now, what is on the agenda? Is there horse riding with Charlie?
No, I'm sorry, Charlie. Horse is injured at the moment. Yeah.
But Nat does have a new horse.
a new horse.
Oh, you've ditched Charlie.
Yeah, its own horse.
Your own horse?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Wow. Yeah, I'm very excited. So he arrived just before Christmas.
See, Scott wanted a TT bike, but the Queen of Minehead ruled an actual horse it is.
Retired racehorse.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
A retired racehorse?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What's the name of the new horse?
He's called Knox.
No.
Oh, brilliant.
His real name is Midnight.
Nocturnal Myth.
Nocturnal Myth. So I was thinking, like, Knox is could have got something better than that.
Knox is Latin for night. So
Yes, and it's a spell in Harry Potter as well. So
Yeah, Knoxy.
anyway, so he came just before Christmas. So yeah, I am actually I've got a session in the school tomorrow, so quite excited.
Wow.
Wow.
My festive 50 today, so I might have not ride the bike tomorrow, but maybe Sunday.
What a way to start the new year. Beautiful.
Very excited.
Cool.
Crisp, country, winter's day. Perfection.
Lots of nice
Happy New
Insta,
Year, Ryan.
Insta photos coming.
What are you doing
And Scott
tomorrow?
will be doing an edit.
Yeah, I'll be editing the walking com, trying to go. The wind's so bad, and I'll have to put subtitles all over it. So it was going to be.
Scott
bit
won't
crazy,
be
but
editing
there we
on a
go.
Friday.
Yeah,
Scott
Sunday,
edits Sunday afternoon.
This is the new
3
2001
hours.
effort is to try and 2001. Good film. 2021 to try and get a week ahead of myself. So hopefully I can film on Sunday for then. Well, I filmed a bit today, but it's so cold. I couldn't with Nat on a festive 50. I couldn't get my fingers out. It's so cold, so I couldn't press the button. So we filmed a bit, didn't we? But
Yeah.
probably not. Might be a Patreon exclusive.
It was so cold, he had to leave me like on the way home and come home early. This guy could get in the shower before me.
If you need tips on keeping warm on a bike ride, your man is there down below. Mr. Lovett.
That's all you
I'm at the bottom of your one, am I?
Yes. Apologies. Is Piglet still in the chat?
Yeah.
I think Paul
Paul
will confirm that we stood at bottom of Heathrow Airport runway for 10 minutes waiting for a plane, and I mucked up the take. We waited another 10 minutes for the next plane. This is the end of the 100 kilometres around the perimeter of Heathrow for the plane, by which stage literally hypothermia was setting in. Got the take, looking all jolly, and literally, the level of shivering was at an absolute peak by the time it was M&S Ice Spice Bun and a Lenny and Larry's vegan protein cookie time. I can recommend those Lenny and Larry's vegan protein cookies, actually, Ed. They are the business.
I think it's still got one in the cupboard.
Have you not eaten it yet?
I don't think you have.
It will go off, Scott. It will go off. You can't waste the food.
Well, I try and stay GF as well, don't I? So
GF.
No, gluten-free, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Go on,
but
fish
I've put up on the wall
I
and
think
said,
I found a good home for it, Phil.
"Did you eat it?"
Yeah.
Good, Nat.
Yeah. So
Pleased.
Saving you the cow,
Yeah.
Scott.
we look forward to more rides with Piglet next year, and thank you, Ryan, for all the support to the chat. And Ryan's probably smashed all of our first comments throughout the year, isn't he? He's probably top of the leaderboard.
His comment segment leaderboard.
Definitely.
I don't think anyone's beaten him consistently. Maybe here and there when he's had an exam or two. So thank you, Ryan, to all that. Cool T-shirt, Charlie.
Yeah, my
And
David Bowie.
I didn't even notice that.
Is that David Bowie, is that?
Yes, from Labyrinth, I think.
T-shirt
One of
every
Scott's
now and
favourite films.
We went to a Bowie tribute concert, Jane and I.
A big fan of David Bowie, and they're like, yay!
Look at that.
Who is that?
That is
That's Scott.
Scott,
No.
That's me. Yeah.
dressed
Dressed
as
as David Bowie.
Jareth from the Labyrinth. Impressive. I like the mullet.
Yeah, but I made this as well, Charlie. Where is it? I made this necklace out of modelling clay and everything.
Oh,
so,
that's dedication.
Bake in the oven.
yeah. I was a little bit
Who,
chuffed
Peter?
about it. So, and that's my friend Michael from Edinburgh. I can't point in the right direction. Here we are. I've never watched. What's the Fun Phil? I can't remember. Mighty Boom.
No, that's old Greg from Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mighty Boosh.
So I
love the Boosh.
I love the
Yeah.
Boosh.
Ah, the boost.
We went to see the Boosh at the O2.
you? Was it
Did
good?
you? You got to see it
Oh,
live?
it was very good.
It was very good.
Oh, I was too
So,
young
yeah,
to go and
well
see
done.
them.
I didn't get it.
Ed didn't get it. No, Ed's just like, what is?
It's an
What is?
acquired taste, the Boosh.
Yeah.
It's quite odd.
Very acquired.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never really got into it. No.
Anyway,
So,
the Babe of the Power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
I'm in
Voodoo?
the
You do.
Remind me of the babe. Oh no, he's off dancing.
Very good.
If they're pajamas, basically me and my art teacher friend are like, we love that film. We love Dark Crystal as well. So whenever we see anything to do with those films, we send it to one another. So she sent me David Bowie pajamas for Halloween. So they're my favourite PJs.
Have you watched the Dark Crystal Netflix
Yeah,
series?
it's amazing. I'm trying to get Ed to watch it as well.
Oh, Ed, it's amazing.
It's
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And we should be having a Labyrinth sequel next. Well, maybe not next year, the year after. But Fede
Yeah.
Alvarez directed Lights Out, one of the horror films. Don't Breathe. So he was writing it. So
do you like horror films?
I love horror films.
Oh dear me, I've got no stomach for them.
Have you seen? Are you a Dune fan, Scott? Have you seen the?
Not a huge fan, but I was looking forward to the film, which looks amazing and stuff. So
now we know what Scott's doing during the day when he's supposed to be working, and he's working so late at night.
just watching.
I honestly have no idea how he manages to watch so much YouTube, films.
Well, it's only these two wherever they are.
No idea.
YouTube. It's all that bike riding I do. I just put it on when I'm bike riding.
Okay.
Oh god. So yeah, we'll have to hire out a cinema when the Minor Cinema opens, and then just do Labyrinth, and Dark Crystal double bill,
and Twin Town.
Yes,
mix.
Yeah, and Phil's favourite Austin Powers film.
My favourite scene in, I don't know which Austin Powers one it is, it's when he does the 30-point turn, that little car type thing. That is genius.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
that. That is.
Haven't you?
You never seen Austin Powers?
I thought we'd watch them together.
No, again, it's borderline corny for me.
I can't get him to watch Wayne's World.
Oh no!
He quotes Wayne's World at me all the time, but I can't get him to watch it.
Yeah. No. Well, Austin Powers is a different time, isn't it? It's just it is corny, and it knows it's corny. So get on it, Ed. Get on it.
It's the old corny.
Well, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, he's never seen that either.
Never seen that.
And it's awesome. And the sequel's come out this year, isn't it? Or it's coming out.
I believe it is on its way, isn't it?
I've seen the Morecambe and Wise Christmas special.
Now you're talking from my era. Eric Morecambe used to live in the town that I was brought up in a little town called Harpenden. As a local luminary.
Oh, wow.
God bless him.
What's your favourite film, Jane?
Usual Suspects.
Oh.
Although I know Kevin Spacey isn't very popular anymore, so I shouldn't use his films.
She's too cool for school.
Yeah, very good film.
Yeah,
I think it's very clever.
Well, that's one of my good impressions is Doofy from Scary Movie, which is obviously like a bit of a, even though it's a Scream, what they said, parody.
Thank you.
Like, obviously features a lot of the Usual Suspects, where the main guy's like Doofy, and he's like, and then he just sort of goes out at the end and walks to his car like all suave and cool, and it's just
for anyone who hasn't watched it, Scott's just given away the ending.
If you haven't seen Usual Suspects by now,
yeah, you're 20 years behind.
Sorry, Ryan.
It's an oldie.
Probably just yeah. So interesting.
But it is clever. Do like that.
Yeah. Very good.
I heard they were releasing a sequel to The Untouchables as well today, which would be good. I don't know if anybody's seen The Untouchables with Kevin Costner in, but apparently they're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
So
wasn't it also Sean Connery in Untouchables? Yeah. But we know that Scott is also a Fraggle Rock man.
Well, it's Henson, isn't it? So it's amazing. Fraggle Rock which is being remade. Everything's being remade, isn't it? So, and Scream 5's coming out next year. So there we go.
They've done that trope to death.
I think this will be a bit different. I think they'll be a bit clever in that. Yeah, Kaiser Soze. Yeah, Dozer. Doozer. Yeah.
Knew you meant.
Shrek. Right.
I better go and watch some of these films.
Yeah. Let's go and move on to the Hooter-Granny.
Yeah, there's a Hootenanny. Jules Holland is calling.
Thank you for the 90 minutes of entertainment tonight. That was very enjoyable.
Jules Holland. Yes. Now, if you'd said Jules Holland in the first place, I would have known what you meant. But the name of the thing, I have no idea. But yeah, again, that's a bit corny for me.
In the Peep Show, there's a really funny New Year's Eve one where they're going anything but the Hootenanny, not the Hootenanny, not the and then they end up watching the Hootenanny, which of course is I have watched the Hootenanny. I got to admit to it.
Yeah, Dan Wood's Matrix 4's coming out. Yeah, next year. So
if there is a next year,
a lot of stuff coming out next year.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year next year with all of the Warner Brothers films going to streaming in the US.
Yeah.
So
not good for the cinemas. Not good.
Be all right for over here because we haven't got HBO, so they're putting them all on HBO Max, and we haven't got so maybe we won't get them. But yeah, all of them. Space Jam 2 as well. You know, all the big hitters.
I really miss going to the cinema though. That's what I miss the most.
What's that?
I miss going to the cinema. Like,
oh yeah,
that's the thing. Like, we do the most consistently is go to the cinema, but it's just not happened this year, is it?
We're a big cinema too. I used to lend to the cinema companies like Odeon and View Entertainment cinemas, and one of my big deals was to View, and it went for a period with cinemas. Basically, 12 films will determine whether they have a good year or not, and any film earns all its money in the first 2 weeks. So in any year, you're dependent on 12, and within those 12, 3 have to do really well, and one of them has to be massive. And the year I put a really big deal together for them, the films were awful. And so I was taking my lad to go and watch things like Transformers all the way to like Islington, and when we got a local Odeon and all that kind of stuff, because I was trying to help their sales. That's how deluded I am, right? I was thinking like my 50 quid, because it is 50 quid a visit. I mean, it's ridiculously expensive. And the thing that bailed me out was the In-Betweeners. The In-Betweeners is a big hit. And suddenly the box office went like that, and then there was a James Bond movie and Happy Days. But cinema is a hard old thing, but I do love a cinema trip. In-Betweeners, you've got it.
I just looked there and I was going, that's going to be too hard to do. I don't know how they're going to do that. So, yeah.
Phil's cinema story is obviously great, but while you were talking, the chat, Badger's Eyebrow, has told us that he used to work on Jules' New Year's show several times.
Oh.
Did you?
So there's a Hootenanny
Badger was on. Badger Hugh. You work, Dr. Hugh.
So it's filmed in
Dr.
July.
Hugh was a play on Doctor Who.
Oh, so you're not a proper doctor. I was thinking we've got like a proper doctor amongst the community.
It's a bit of a play on words.
Oh my God! So Hugh in the chat, let us know. Did you dance and do all that kind of stuff and have like fun like normal people have? Whereas I'd be sat there stiffly, stoically not dancing. Let us know. I'd be terrified of the Hootenanny to be their life.
When you were talking about the cinemas making their best moves 2 weeks after the film showing, it's a bit like YouTube, isn't it? You know, the video. Stop doing it. Scott knows all about. Scott knows all about the statistics.
Get all your views, and then they come off.
Unless
you got to make another movie.
Dr. Hugh is a sound engineer.
Sound engineer.
Good job.
He watches my videos.
He's not a GP then.
Doctor Sound Engineer.
Did you have a sonic screwdriver, Doctor Who?
A couple of years, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but mine and Scott's New Year's resolution was to go to the cinema more.
Well, yeah, but we've got to go to Taunton.
It's like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away for us to go to the cinema.
And it's a crap cinema.
Isn't there a cinema in Minehead?
They were building one this year, so
they're turning like the old theatre into a cinema. So we have to go to Taunton to go, which is a bit of a pain. It's kind of like a big,
like a quick journey, is it?
It's like when we had to drop Jayne off in Taunton that day. I was thinking I could have gone to the cinema.
We normally make it into a big trip and go to Asda as well because it's a big occasion going to Taunton. So we'd like double it up with Asda because we don't have one of those either.
And McDonald's.
Yeah. Well,
as a Londoner, I was never really aware of how big the West Country is.
Or how
I always think when you get to Bristol, you're pretty much there. But it turns out there's quite a lot more of the West Country than I thought. And, even Minehead to Taunton, you're right. It's like, literally, a flight is probably more appropriate to get you from one to the other.
And if you go down the motorway a bit further, you go all the way down to Exeter, and then if you turn off there, you go to a place called
There's more?
You go to a place called Hay Tour, where I don't know if I told you the story where I became British hill climb champion, and then
Exeter is the end of the motorway. But yeah, Cater is a nice place as well.
One more thing, Ed.
There's a lot of it.
I just love it in the live streams when Phil's talking about this someplace or something, or something comes up in the chat, and Ed goes, "I've raced there. I've raced there." I have.
I've raced through that village.
It's really disconcerting when you're on a long journey with him and you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't know where you are, and he goes, "Oh, I've raced through you. Yeah, we turned down that way and we went round that roundabout and then we went up this," and I'm just there going, how do you know? How do you remember this stuff?
I remember it because we did like 10 laps of the circuit. Like, I wouldn't remember if we just gone through once, because I'd be like this.
When's your next race, Ed? Adam Turner says. I think that's a throwback from earlier. I rode with Guy. Agnes rode with Guy. Martin?
Tumbleweed.
Yeah. So yeah, that is quite funny. I do.
So Dr. Hugh does not have an official doctorate, but was a problem solver and therefore was nicknamed the Doctor. So that makes him a doctor, in my opinion. You can operate on me anytime, Hugh.
Well, you might have to soon, might you?
Just get the kitchen knife out.
Nobody else is queuing up for it, it seems.
Big bottle of whiskey. Crack on.
They say, Phil,
qualified in my opinion.
Before the operation, Phil, we need you to have 3 weeks, just really relaxed and calm, no stress on the body. It's just like we just have to delete the Swift account.
No. Right up to the day of the operation, there'll be like maximal stress on the body.
Just the Uber
ahead of the week off, just the recovery week.
2 weeks.
And then rewind a month where Charlie tested positive, and I deliberately took time off straight away, even though I didn't show symptoms. People generally ask me why I did that, and there's no real answer aside from the fact that there was extra stress on my body with the training, and I thought it'd be best if my body was fresh going into it. But that was an illness, not an operation. An operation is different, I think. So.
I'll be taking it more carefully.
I've been since March. I mean, I didn't want to put too much stress on my body. I could fight off really quickly when I got it. So, yeah. Yes, Agnes. That is, yeah. He just name drops. He name dropped earlier. I can't remember who he name dropped earlier in his famous races. So
earlier today or earlier just now?
Earlier today, early in the race, that race where Bullet dropped me. So that dropped someone, and I just thought, yeah.
I'm the only man in this conversation who's not a coach, I believe.
Hey Phil, you're the only man in this conversation. the way you rode today. Oh yeah. Well, Bullet called me up earlier. He said, "I really, I won't do the Bullet impression, but he said." You know, like Ed helps you out. Can you really help me out to train for this triathlon? I was like, Ed doesn't Ed helps me out. Like says, well, you need to start riding your bike, Scott. but other than that, he hasn't got much to do with the training. But so he wants me to make sure he's trained up for the get his training peak sorted for the triathlon, which is in September.
Aww.
So we'll see what happens. So yeah. Big J's in the chat. I think he's gone now, but he did say Hootenanny, it's got to be every year. And I've got a feeling Big J and Little Roz are going to put a little team together for the Minehead Triathlon to battle Bullet Bells. So that might be a
nice. That's a powerful team.
Do swim.
Well, Roz could do swim and the bike, swim and the run. Big J on the bike. That would be
lethal.
Team Bullet versus Team Big and Little.
Sponsored by Twirl.
Yeah. Orange 12s. Where are those orange 12s?
You ate them all.
Oh.
I was given a present of orange 12s, and I had half of one. I had 6 in a packet. It's like a gesture because I had another present which went with it, and I had half of one, got at the rest.
Yeah, I did. They are good. They're nearly as sweet as rhubarb and custard cider. Brothers, Somerset, made in Somerset.
Quite sweet.
Yeah.
I can one up that, Nat. Ed actually went through my presents to get the box of chocolates out of them a week before Christmas.
Oh, Ed.
And then he
Little
opened
piggy.
them and started eating them without telling me. So it got to Christmas Eve and I was like, what are you doing? Why are you under the tree? And he got out the box of chocolates from my friend's gift that was for me and opened them and started eating. And he was like, do you want one? I was like, no, you carry on with my chocolates.
I only had 2 presents.
You did only have 2 presents this year.
I didn't see that in the video tonight, the Cookie Monster video.
Huh?
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
What?
Your Cookie Monster.
I have. Look at this for a box of chocolates. This is a big box
Hotel
of chocolates that
chocolate.
Jane got me. They're dark.
Hotel.
And look, it's got different layers. And you.
Like most boxes.
No, but it's 2 different.
Oh,
See, I've done the first layer, you see, and then there's a whole second.
You've done the first
And
layer.
there's a drawer. Yes, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. It's the drawer. How often do you see this?
Are you,
I can't see.
There we go.
are you,
It's the second drawer.
are you oh, wow, that is posh. You don't get that.
Virgin territory there. Virgin territory.
Yeah.
I don't like dark chocolate, that's why I gave them to him so I didn't have to eat them.
Oh yeah. Nat's now was subscribed to the chocolate club, but we had Hotel Chocolat for a
Phil,
present.
a second on the lips is a lifetime on the hips.
Ed, let him eat. Let him eat.
You enjoy them, Phil.
No, Ed's right.
No.
I'm going to get my fingers down my throat.
You enjoy them.
My John Herity, whenever we used to go to races, and the night before, notoriously for the British races, we'd stay in Premier Inns. So you'd have like the beef eater thing, you know, that adjoins the Premier Inns.
I love a beef eater.
Yeah, so we'd go in there and he'd say, you know, order whatever you want, the team credit cards pay. So we order everything. But we'll order like main meal. And then of course we'll order dessert. And then the dessert comes and he just looks at you and he just says, are you going to eat that?
Ed, did you go for the Knickerbocker Glory? Because a beef eater does an immense Knickerbocker Glory.
You weren't allowed ice cream, were you?
John's thing was, you're not allowed ice cream.
You're not allowed ice cream.
You're not allowed ice cream.
Ice cream's good for you.
You're not allowed ice cream because you don't know how they've prepared it, as in if it's melted between transit and then refreezed, or something to do with bacteria breeding. So his thing was avoid ice cream and just be on the safe side of...
Sticky toffee pudding?
Yeah, that was a go-to.
Chocolate brownie.
But where do you stand if given a choice, Harvester, with the all-you-can-eat salad before you get into everything else, just trying to sell that to you there, or a beef eater? For me, it's a Harvester every time.
There's not many Harvesters around.
No, not round here. There's not.
No, it's a dying breed.
It's a dying breed. Nobody's going for salad anymore, obviously.
The open salad bar in the world of COVID is not very welcome.
Yeah, COVID salad with your steak and chips.
No, I like a Harvester. I do like a Harvester.
You know,
It's been for ages.
Scott Nat, Harvester, beef eater.
I can't
It's
actually...
2 things that I've never really...
Beef eater, I don't think I've been to a beef eater. Mum will probably tell you in the chat that I'm wrong. But we had a Harvester and we used to stop at Harvester sometimes on the way back from rugby. So you can imagine what
So we, not us.
We as in the rugby team. You can imagine what the ice cream... You had the ice cream stuff, didn't you, in the Harvester? That was...
Put that whiskey down.
You got the whiskey already?
No.
That's a Morecambe joke. Come on, that's a Morecambe and Wise joke.
I don't watch much Morecambe and Wise.
I don't remember that. I need to check that back out. What about Nando's? Where do you all stand on Nando's?
Again, you have to go to Bristol.
I've had Nando's twice. I live in London.
You wouldn't have a Nando's in
No,
Taunton.
we haven't got a Nando's.
No Nando's.
Being a pescatarian, I don't really.
It's not going to be your
Nando's does amazing vegan options.
Oh, cool.
It does the best vegan burgers there is.
When we come to London, because I want to try the sauce, so when we come to London, take you two to the IMAX.
When we do that race, me and Scott are going to race each other from our.
I don't think we told Phil yet.
Where are you racing
Well,
from?
I now know.
Are you going to take a car?
This is like my Poirot moment.
Not going for the Tower Bridge joint com, are
Said,
you?
imagine if we timed it right, so we could leave
Oh, that would be really fun.
our own place and race to your place, and then you'll be there with a checkered flag at the end, and we'll see who gets there first. But Ed,
I know where I'm going to put my money.
well, Ed was worried that he would need a head start.
You driving, Scott?
I tell you what. I would treat you both to a Nando's.
Ah,
How about that? A Nando's, and the winner of the race, I'll treat a dessert at Nando's as well. And the desserts are pretty good too. You can actually have the all-you-can-eat frozen yogurt at Nando's, and that is a winner chicken dinner. That's low fat. That is no concerns there about the dairy and all that kind of stuff, Ed. Minute on your lips, straight to the bicep.
Phil, why are you saying to Ed?
No dastardly Mr. Saturated Fat.
There's no saturated fat in a frozen yogurt. That's right. No dastardly Mr. Saturated fats.
Ed,
Nothing.
you'll be treating me to the pudding, so it'll be you don't have to
Well,
worry.
you can have the pudding.
Scott, your mum has pointed out there's Nando's in Taunton.
Yeah, we
Is
don't
there?
have-
Nando's.
And also, Kev said that we're not selling Minehead, but Kev, just please rest assured we have an amazing selection of
McDonald's.
independent restaurants and pubs that run by families that we don't
Family owned.
are very often in.
Definite.
A birthday treat was
But
going.
we don't have many chains, I guess.
A
but-
birthday treat when we were kids was going to Taunton just for McDonald's, wasn't it? That was a treat. So,
Wow.
well, and to see Batman Forever. That was probably the
Batman Forever.
yeah.
Well, you can stop on the way. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, you can stop on the way in the cinema on your way to Phil's pad.
So the idea is that Ed's going to be on a town bike, and I'm going to try and get sponsored for the full TT rig.
200k on a town bike.
I might be.
You're going to get sponsored by an osteopath at the end of it.
I think I would beat you. I wonder if I could get to London. I can get a train to London to Paddington in 2 hours 40, and then I could get a Boris bike, take it on board, come back here, and then ride to London.
All right, Cameron Jeffers.
I'd still beat Scott, including the train ride. Is that what you're saying?
How far can I ride a Boris bike? Yeah.
Yeah, and a glittering prize, an all-you-can-eat Nando's Froyo, plus who can cope with the head freeze.
I don't have to worry about it now because I've just discovered we've got Nando's in Taunton, so
You can practice. You can practice there on the unlimited frozen yogurt once it's reopened because you're tier 3 now, aren't you?
We're in tier 4.
Oh.
Gone 4. I don't think there's much difference between 2 and 3. But
There isn't.
now 3 and 4.
You can meet 6 people outside or one,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, we don't go together much anyway, so it's not allowed over the border anymore. So my money's on Ed after the first 3k who overtake you. Yeah,
Kev, brutal,
that's
but fair.
what happened today in the seas, wasn't it? I got dropped.
We'll call you Judge Kev.
Yeah.
There's also a suggestion you could borrow your mum's bike, Scott.
Well, yeah. Trouble is that e-bike cuts out after 16 miles an hour, so it's really quick up to 16 miles an hour. But you try and go 18 miles an hour on it, and it is just hell, as you saw in the videos with Bullet. So yeah, Adam Turner, I'll give it a go. Maybe, yeah.
Jayne likes the Pinarello Nitro.
Dude, they'll go up to 25 miles an hour.
I was going to say I didn't want to say anything sooner, just in case it was under the tree.
What's the
But I
rate?
was expecting Jayne to put a lovely picture on Instagram to say I've got a new Christmas present.
Your bike.
What happened there, Phil?
I'm going to get Jayne a nice new Watt bike Atom 2.
So you can have them side by side.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know. What else do I need?
Yeah, we've been there before, haven't we? Now?
Yes. Because we absolutely need 2 watt bikes in our spare room.
And maybe who's going to give Ed the kicker at last? The second most asked question in the comments: when are you getting the kicker? And indeed, when are you getting the damn kicker?
Kicker bike. I think he should just get. I mean, Stages would give him one like that, and Tax would just drop him one. So, who wouldn't want to give anyone a kicker bike?
I've gone off the idea now. It's past.
Well, what?
You're over it.
I'm over it, Wahoo. I'm over it.
Yeah. I tell you what, if I was one of their marketing managers, I'd be giving the fastest man up the Alp potentially next year a bike to use. That's for sure. Mum said you don't know how to use it, Scott. No.
More practice. Perhaps a little dry run to London.
Well,
maybe we need to check out and maybe use it a bit more.
Yeah, well, I was hoping we could do. I was hoping I'd be able to keep up with Nat on it. That would be the.
What's the range on the Pinarello that does 25 mile an hour?
Big. I mean, Gisto was saying that they go and ride it. He rode out Montebalde, it was a 130 kilometre loop, and people were because it looks like a normal bike. And people were like, "What are you doing?" And he's kind of cruising past them.
Well, Scott, you're not allowed to use that. You're not doing 25 mile an hour for 150k. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Well, anyway, so it won't matter.
That was very good.
Yeah, Jayne was mechanical doping.
I didn't care. Worked well.
Jerry
50 watts for 50k.
I'll take it.
It was good.
Proper Italian
It was good.
Lovely set of videos that was.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
It's good. It's really nice out there.
Yeah, hopefully we get out there.
It would be nice
having
to
a
travel
difficult
again,
time.
wouldn't it?
What's that, Charlie?
It
Sorry?
would be nice to travel abroad again, wouldn't it?
It'd be wonderful.
Mm.
Wonderful.
Or even like outside of Swansea in our case. Not going very far.
Outside of the M25 in ours.
Yeah.
That's a nice message in the chat. If anyone can pronounce the name.
What's wrong with your lungs, bud?
Hot UK mum.
What's that?
Hot UK mum, Fi.
Yeah.
Well done last week, guys. Inspired me to get it done on Zwift and finished with a Zwift 100 miler a couple of days ago. Happy New Year and good luck with your training plans.
Ah, that's nice.
That's incredible. 160 is proper 160 kilometres is proper difficult on Zwift. That's incredible. Nice one.
Skin.
You see Phil and all sorts of difficulty on Saturday.
Yeah. We'll see how difficult that is on Saturday, Phil, isn't it? It's,
Yeah. Well, last time you and Gus and Quentin and Tim had to drag me around the course. So I'm kind of hoping to do it a little bit more without the draft benefit.
So was that when we did like 3 hours 55 or something like that? Was it?
Yeah. Well, I was a little bit slower. I was 3:58, but yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Jayne, what are you doing Saturday?
Jayne is on
personal training.
me screaming for Jayne duty.
Yeah, I have got personal training 9 till 10, so you're going to have to scream around those hours.
Yeah.
Let's hope we don't get a power up between those hours.
Chris Platt, none of us know if a Watt bike is better than a Wahoo kicker bike because no one has ridden a Wahoo kicker bike, but we'd love to have a go.
Yeah, it sounds quieter, but I don't know if it's better. It seems very.
I think that's my fans that make the Watt bike sound louder. It's not, but I do think it is a bit quieter.
Yeah,
but my phone's run out.
But it does click a bit, doesn't it? It like does little bit of a click.
I thought that was Phil.
Rich said it was his pedals rather than the bike, but it's that. I tell you what, the Stages bike sounds silent.
What is a Stages bike?
What's that?
Is that like a different make?
Yeah, so Stages, like the power meter.
Mm-hmm.
They've made a smart bike, and it does sound. Your friend GP Lama's reviewed it, and he does. It just sounds really good. So it's That's one to look at. And the Tax Neo bike, but again, the kicker and the Tax Neo are just kicker and Tax Neo's built into a bike, aren't they? Technically, so the Stages one's got 2 Stages power meters either side. So that's as far as my knowledge goes.
Yeah. One day,
the sponsor
will give one of us one of those. That's right.
Well, Jayne Nat.
It might be Jayne. It might be you.
And it's got motor on it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
You've got a bit of a cough.
Yeah,
We're getting close. It was 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can show you actually the shard. It's going mad.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
that'd be amazing.
Look at this. One
We'll
second.
show you-
Oh, it looks brilliant, Phil. Looks brilliant.
We'll show you butt legs in a minute.
There we go. Look, I'll show you the shard. It's going mad.
iPad number 61. Let's see the shard.
Do you know what it sounds
There
like?
we go.
It's a stone.
Wow.
There, you see.
Oh my word, Phil! I love
It's
your
having a
Christmas
little
tree.
celebration. It's having a little shardy celebration.
What
This
a
is
view.
somewhere else, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice at this time.
I didn't realise how central you were, Phil. Like, I had a rough idea, but I didn't realise you could see the shard.
Yeah, we watched it getting built. It was well nice watching it getting built. And there's going to be a laser show from it at some point, apparently.
Oh.
what, tonight or?
Yeah, it's going to be on TV.
Ah,
On
Anyway, there she is. The shard.
We better plug in the skybox.
it's going to be
there's a rather nice cafe come bakery just round the corner as well.
There is.
We went
We-
there today.
We went there today, Ed.
Oh,
It's
nice.
called the Watchtower.
Nice.
It's one of the few places you're actually allowed to spend money in London.
When we all get back to normal and life is a bit more easy, then we'll have to get together at some stage and do such things. Go to the IMAX for Scott.
Brian Fisher
James Bond.
is chilling in Florida. Boy, oh boy, did Jayne and I love Florida this time of year. Brian, boy, we always go to Miami in December or February, around those 2 days.
Yeah.
Not going to happen this year.
You've got to
Enjoy
get
it,
careful around those turbo trainers in Miami.
yeah.
Do you know, he was meant to ride a Wahoo kicker bike that day.
Yeah,
All right.
that was the day I was going to ride a Wahoo kick
There
a
was
bike,
a
but
whole story
it broke
behind
down.
that.
It broke down. It wouldn't. So
That
they swapped it on.
early.
They swapped it on a normal bike onto the kicker trainer, and I don't think they set it up right
Didn't tighten up.
because it was really hard pushing the pedals and all that, and then the thing fell over.
I thought it was
So it
going to
wasn't
be
entirely my fault.
those films. I don't know what film it was in, but it was like knock over everything, wasn't it? Like everything
I
dominoes.
fell into a bunch of
Fell
bikes.
into a
Yeah.
bike to
That's still my favourite one of your videos where I just I literally laughed out loud so hard
It's a proper triumph.
about leaving it in. Just that was fantastic. Phil.
The woman in the shop was so nice. So, are you okay? Don't worry, we'll set you back up.
Yeah, but it's like Phil wanted to try he knows what Zwift's like.
And it wasn't literally. It was a comedy of errors in that they opened the door so that Zwift would work properly on the big screen, and the minute anybody shut the door, all the other riders disappeared.
Oh no! Oh god!
Yeah, it was all a bit silly.
But what's better than the actual Miami, the ride, obviously in the bike shop, they have a thing called a hammer ride. And so I hired an actual proper bike. And when I was out in Miami, I joined the hammer ride. You meet up outside of Starbucks. And there was these two, I did some training in a little bike shop. What's the bike shop called again? They race on Zwift now. They're super nice guys. Gunter and Lewis.
Yeah,
Sorry?
link to them up here.
Anyway, I'll probably link in the description. Zeal Cycling Club in his Zeal bike shop, and there's a really nice little facility they got to train at. And they said, "Well, do you want to come do the hammer ride?" And the hammer ride, I turned up, and it's full of full on Latino, know what they're doing, crit machines, right? And there's little me, middle-aged, kind of midlife crisis, borrowed bike, seat too low in the wrong position, no power meter kind of thing. And basically, the hammer ride is a full-on crit race. along, what was it, Key West, not Key West, Key Biscayne. Most beautiful crit race I've ever done. And lovely fit people, super nice, but boy, it was a shock to the system. That was one of the best rides I've ever had, actually, I think, in terms of
was that a crit
unexpected
race?
Pleasure.
Was that a crit race or a group ride?
It was an organised ride, but turned into a bit of a crit basher, didn't it? Was it?
Yeah. Well, no, because what was happening, it's a regular Sunday morning thing, hammer ride, 100 people, that kind of thing. The police, because they cordoned off the road, it would seem, to allow marathon runners and Ironmen and all this kind of stuff to do their thing. And then the cyclists, there is a cycle path, but you didn't have to use a cycle path. The cars were kind of cleared off onto one lane, and he just went full gas up and down this kind of beautiful road that juts out into the sea, and you come back facing Miami, back out into the sea, back, and it's over these lovely bridges that sweep and all that. It's wicked. It's the best. I mean, for a crit monster like you, Scott, perfection.
Next year.
Next year. Yeah, but it's wicked.
Yeah. No. Kev Stevens saying, "Get to the point. Did you win?"
No.
There is a video about this, Kev.
No, because you're allowed to have the GoPro on, because it's not an actual race, and I think you can have a GoPro anywhere in America. I looked down, I was mucking around with the GoPro, and it was that whole, is it on, isn't it on? So I did that thing where you kind of look down, turn it off, and it was on, you think, fuck, it was on. So then you have to kind of double check to see if the damn thing's back on once you've hit it again. There's all these bleeps and stuff going on, and then I look up, and I'm getting dropped. I'm thinking, this is my piece of content. But, for my 70 subscribers at the time, super good. So then I had to burn like 50 matches to get it back on. And I stayed in the bunch, basically. Obviously, I wasn't strong enough to go with the breakaway, and there was a breakaway.
You would be now.
They know what they're doing.
That was quite a while back, wasn't it? So but there is a whole video on that. The Go Back.
But Zeal Cycling Club, you race them sometimes, Ed, in the WTRL. They're Zeal Cycling Club, and they're proper good. Yeah, sorry, Lord. I do apologise. I said the F word. Fatima.
I thought it was going to be me that was swearing.
That's the P word he said.
Yes, that's bad, isn't it? Yes.
That's stream now.
Just cut that out, Scott.
Yeah, cut that out. We won't be editing this one. Right. So, what's New Year's resolutions before we go, Phil?
There are never resolutions. Oh, yeah, there's a lifestyle.
Yeah. What's your New Year's goals? What did you call it earlier?
The not New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
There's goals that will be achieved.
So what's the YouTube New Year's?
Ruthlessly and relentlessly. And at cost to everybody around me.
Sorry, Jane.
What are yours, Scott and Natalie?
We said ours on. Well, I don't know if there's going to be a video earlier that we filmed it. What did you say earlier?
My New Year's resolution for 2021 is to master clipping in with my bike.
Oh.
And also I want to do a sportif next year if there are any.
Fair play.
And my winter cycling goal, which is not really a New Year's resolution, but inspired by one of Ed's videos a while ago, which was to set myself a challenge for the winter, is to cycle my bike at least once a week through the whole of the winter.
Those are good ones.
Which I've done so far. I did miss 1 week, but then I did it twice the next week, so I think that counts.
Scott, you can try that one as well.
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty unachievable for me. Riding my bike once a week. Adam Turner's put 10 channels for Scott.
Yeah,
I could do that.
10th channel is coming.
Yeah, mine's just to get back to if I could get back to 300, and if I could get my best FTP ever, I'd be happy. But then, like most cyclists, I guess, which would be 3. If I could get hit at 350 FTP in 2021, I'd be happy with that.
Beautiful.
Oh, Alex.
Charlie, what are you up to?
Put you out.
I don't do New Year's resolution. Like, my New Year's resolution for the last 10 years has been to learn or experience something new. So I'm gonna carry on with that because that's an easy one. It's kind of like an easy one to do. But generally, I think I just want to improve get my fitness back. Basically, my general fitness. I've just spent the whole year being injured, which has just been miserable. So I kind of just want to get back up to where I was and back up to competing. And maybe I have talked about doing the GB Duro and maybe a Marmot to Alps. Haven't decided yet which one to do first, which one's more intimidating. So we'll see.
Wowie.
That's cool.
You've got the form to do those. Beautiful.
I did have the form. I've got to build it back up. It's going to take, I think...
Yeah, university didn't quite offer the best circumstances.
No, it wasn't easy to kind of maintain the same level of fitness and also to maintain the same amount of riding while I was in Cardiff. It just didn't work out, so which is a bit of a shame. But I think, depending on what happens this year, maybe I'll achieve one of those goals. Maybe. Or maybe I'll think.
Charlie, Lord's asking for a number for your, I assume for FTP, is it? Otherwise, we'll say 250.
I don't. What?
Charlie's FTP prior to COVID was 183.
Yeah.
250 is probably doable for someone like Charlie. Yeah. For her weight as well.
Ed said it.
Yeah.
So we'll check back in next New Year's Eve. Jayne?
I don't really make resolutions. Keeping Phil on the straight and narrow. It's challenge. Challenge.
You must have a resolution. Not a resolution. A goal. What's your goal?
What? Yeah, that's it. I think it's nice just to set, it doesn't have to be I think a lot of people do New Year's resolutions as giving up something, but I think it's nice to set an aim or a target or a challenge or a whatever.
But Jayne supports Phil and yeah. I think one thing, like I said in the description of this video, these three help. Without these three, there wouldn't be any main channels. There wouldn't be any Backpedal. So thank you to you three for supporting us all throughout the year. Well, we're only 9 months into YouTube, aren't we? So, so I can't imagine what you two are like.
Yeah, just 15 years into life.
Yeah, 15 years into life.
There wasn't before YouTube.
But just YouTube. So I think people don't give Charlie, Jayne, and Nat enough, not praise for the channel, but just enough respect for what they.
Kudos, I think, is the word.
Kudos. Give them bloody kudos. So
I basically think you have a team of the best unpaid Swannies in the UK between the three of us. So you actually we need to set up a limited company and either start hiring out our services or sign exclusive contracts with you three to get paid for what we do.
What would that company be called? Would it be Flannel Down the Bum?
Something like that.
Quam mode.
yeah. Quammers, little quammers. But yeah, so thanks. So everyone's in the chat. So thank you to you three. Cheers.
Are you sitting?
Indeed.
Oh, I finished mine.
Oh.
I haven't got any New Year's. I've reached a peak in my life. So
I tell you what, you're like Victor Campenarch. You're getting lower and lower.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
More about wine. That's the problem.
I'm gonna get stuck now. Yeah. Oh, I'm stuck now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's low seating angle is key.
He's just chilled. He's had a glass of wine and he's just chilled
right out. Hit us with your number one goal. The one goal.
Nat's lemon meringue cake.
All leaning in, everyone's leaning.
Well, I've got to beat Phil Lovett up afterwards in the TT. So,
What low bar you set yourself there?
Oh yeah.
I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say beat Phil Lovett in YouTube subscriptions coming the end of the year. Because that's never going to happen. Phil's going to be at 20,000 by the end of the year.
What, tonight?
Not on two videos, Scott. Two Zwift comparison videos. You can't do a Zwift comparison video every week.
We've got you cyclocrossing. You're going to get 20,000 subscribers.
Go on, Ed. What's the main goal? Go on.
So events are all up in the air. So in terms of, I mean, I've been banging on about it long enough, and I really need to do something about like sub 3 minute power, and yeah, well, anything below sub 3 minutes. If that means me just throwing one sprint in every training session I do, just to make sure that I'm still used to it, because that's one of the biggest problems. I'm not used to doing it. One of the mates who I keep in touch with a lot, Anthony, who he hasn't ridden all year. He's had a worse year than you, Scott. He hasn't ridden all year because of COVID and other illness. And we haven't ridden together like maybe 3 or 4 times. And he told me one of the things you have to remember with some of your weaknesses is it's a weakness because you don't often work it enough. And like today, I blew after 20 minutes. But that effort, I blew prematurely because I was actually not used to doing the effort. So I could come back a week later and do the same effort and I'd naturally be better because you've done it once. You do it again, you do it again, you do it again. So that's something I definitely want to, alongside other things, but that's going to be a goal that lurks in the back of my mind throughout the whole year, next year.
That's 3 minute power.
Yeah. Well, 3 minutes or less.
3 minutes or less, yeah. So a little BDI on
what? Evereston.
Monstering it for the actual nationals. Got that?
Well, it depends, isn't it? If Taiwan KOM clashes with it. Because
just do both.
I do both, yeah, but there's a world of difference between winner to be in 3 minutes.
100 kilometre KOM. Train for those 1 kilometre con. It's similar. Very similar.
My goal at the nationals next year is to get top 15.
Where has it been held next year?
Winnett's Pass, Peak District.
Oh, we've done that, haven't we? Have we done that?
No, I've never done Winnett's. No. I'd never do it because it's too short. No, lots of people say it's a great place to do it, and it's a really iconic climb. But you know, they have to please the majority of the hill climbing community in the UK, which just so happens to like the short climb. So it is what it is. You know, you've got to suck it up and change your ways for something which I'm very resistant to, hence why I left cycling teams. But
you didn't want a Zwift for the longest time. You were very like, no, road is the only way. It is the only way forward. And then you got.
That's a revelation.
Yeah, he wasn't on Zwift. If you look back at some of your videos from 2 years ago, he's a bit adamant to join Zwift. Oh, and he goes, "Oh, I've got a new speed sensor, so I can jump in on Zwift now and follow me racing. We'll see if we can get on with it."
It's a view that's definitely held by a lot of the riders around here. It's a bit old-fashioned. It's like the only way you can like ride and race properly is by going out on the road in all weathers.
You'd be surprised like how many people like reach out to me now and well, you'd be surprised how many just like highly trained club racers aren't on Zwift. They don't race on Zwift. They might train using like Trainer Road, but they don't like use Zwift for like racing and things like that. And yet even some youngsters who have come under my wing,
they don't know how it works. They don't know. They've never raced it, and I'm like a 17, 18-year-old. You'd think they'd jump on it, but you know, at least that's what we assume. But yeah, I don't know. Like we still see like today, like 30,000 people are on Zwift, and you think that's a lot, but actually, it's nothing. 30,000 people,
but not a lot. Not a lot. Yeah. It'd be really interesting to know the stat if Zwift, Trainer Road, Sufferfest got together and gave out a whole stat of the amount of people online training at one time, isn't it? It'll be interesting to know, rather than just Zwift.
I think there's this thing though in cycling, isn't it? Traditionally, of like you're not a real cyclist unless you really know how to suffer, and that includes like going out in like horrific weather and doing your training sessions in that weather. So there is though, isn't there? There's like this thing about like who can suffer the most, who can withstand the most pain and blue fingers and numb toes and things like that. So I think like that's just part of the culture of the sport.
But
I
it's
don't
like
know how much of
macho thing, isn't it? And it's just
it's a bad.
No, not a macho thing, but like but like to say. Like, yeah, you've been out to suffer, but like we all know that you can do, if you've got an hour to train, you can do a better training session indoors than outdoors.
Yeah.
But you come back, and, you know, you get that kind of that hour. I mean, it's like this is the first year of the Festive 500. There's not. I think you could do it last year indoors or the year before maybe, but it's the first year they haven't sent out the badges. They haven't produced. RAFA haven't produced the badges, so it's like. I think even up to last year, there's lots of like I wanted to do it outdoors last year just to get the badge, and it was just like I was sick for a fair few days because of it. Go out and get this bloody badge, which doesn't mean anything, and it's
which I've never seen, but we had to cancel our New Year plans last year.
Yeah, I was sick New Year. I was in bed for 2-3 days with flu. Hopefully, it was something worse, but yeah. But yeah, like you say, it's that kind of. It's that chip on your shoulder. It's like you just go out, put all your layers on, go out and get blue fingers and feel like you're getting a great session in. And that might take 10 years to change the mindset. I
think so. It does take time, doesn't it? That's the thing. Like I said, it's so culturally embedded in the sport that...
Well, funny enough, like that's a question I get asked like quite a bit, especially this year. People said like, do you still ride outside? I'm like, yeah, like that's my jam. Like that's what I do. I ride outside. I do 7 watts per kilo till the cows come home. But like people like because they've only seen me indoors or racing on Zwift, somehow I've become this Zwift like techno like I don't know phenomenon or something. And you know, although people do see me on it, actually no, I trade. I mean. I would go out in a cold and wet, but there's a difference between like the situation we're in now, where we can jump on and we can jump in with a community, or we can live stream, or I can go out in 5 hours of the pouring rain and the cold, and be like 3.5 hours in and really not be wanting to do it, and therefore my power drops because I lose concentration, or something happens, I run out of food or something. But like here, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And you're motivated because people are just chatting.
If you think how fast the 500, the virtual 500 was, just because it was a lot of fun on the chat, whether it's on the stream or in the comments on Zwift, it was super. I mean, literally, 40 Ks would go like that, and then you know that volcano ride. That's a long one for me, and it went super fast.
It's that community thing, isn't it? That's like that's like priceless. Like I'm like Scott. I tried doing the Festive 500. I think it was 2014 was the last time I tried, and I was fine for the first ride, and then I got flu. And because I was riding on my own, there was no way I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day to go and do a ride with flu. I was like, no.
Do you know what you get around here? Well, you probably get as well. Well, maybe not so much in London. Road. Like cows crap on the road, so it sprays up. You get it on your bottle,
don't get that, no.
Drink it.
Yeah.
What we get in London is, the little gas canisters of laughing gas that people take. They get strewn all over the place, and the bike goes across them, and they rattle out from under the wheels.
But this is the trouble with Minehead. So we have you have pockets of them, don't you? Like chucked in a head or something. As the amount of people that go like, "Oh my god, look at the cyclist dropping all the air canisters," and it's just like. There's 15 of them. We didn't have 15 punchers in that one area. It's just because they look exactly, they're the same canisters, aren't they? It's just so that's mine for you. But yeah.
I tell you what, I do miss the winter crits though on the actual circuits. Obviously, no mud, Charlie, no mud at all. But,
whoa! There was that one time. There was that one time.
Didn't you end up quite covered in mud?
Oh yes, I did. Actually, I did. Yes, I did. I did have a crash. Yeah.
I thought you were doing cyclocross that day. You were so.
I did have a little crash.
You didn't have a crash. You didn't have a crash. You had a little lie down.
Yeah,
it's a little lie down. The Nat. It was the Nat.
What you need to do, Phil,
Agreed.
instead of going to Minehead next time for your Holly Bobs, you need to come to Wales and ride with Ed, and he'll take you on an Ed Laverack shortcut, and then you'll get a taste of off-roading. You really will get a taste for off-roading then, because you never know where he's going to take you, or if the road is actually a road.
I saw him take you on a dreadful little hill, I think it was, in the autumn, Charlie.
It's a private road that hasn't been repaired for about 10 years and comes out halfway up a farm track, and you've got to cross the farm.
There was a route I took Anthony on. This was 2 or 3 years ago, and it's down in Mumbles actually. So Mumbles is where the pier is in Twin Town, and so round the before you get to Mumbles, there's the main road, Oystermouth Road, that takes you to Swansea. There's a couple of really nice houses there up on the hill. So we went kind of up the hill through these nice houses, and then it came to a dead end, but it was like a horsey track. And I'd mapped it out before, and I said to Anthony, I said, look, this is it. This is the road. Okay, it's like a footpath come horsey track, but it'll be all right. So anyway,
AKA
horsey track.
Bridleway, yeah. So we started going on it, and then we had to get off. It was very rocky and bouldery and quite muddy, lots of leaves. So we walked for about 3 minutes, and we got to the top. We popped out then, and it was just grass and ferns and stuff. I thought, oh well, it's still a path, and the ground is nice and hard. We can ride it now. We jumped on, and we started descending this kind of looked like a field. And about 30 seconds later, we came out, and over to my right, I could see a guy with a lot of golf clubs. We'd come out on a big golf course.
Yeah.
They shouted at us, and we just rode straight across the golf course and down, and we came out onto this little lane, and then we just rode off then into the sunset. But it was magic.
It happens on a regular basis. Honestly, he plots these routes for me. Even when we go out to Portugal or Tenerife, he plots routes for me, and I end up down some obscure non-road, dodging snakes, because that's happened before as well when we've been abroad. And I'm like, don't move too close. Yeah, scary. So Ed's famous Ed Laverack shortcut, Phil. You'll enjoy the tours.
So it's Ed the Navigator Laverack.
Good film.
Taff Nav. Not Sat Nav, Taff Nav.
Bloody horsey tracks.
Bumped into that one morning.
So is a bridleway and a cycle path one and the same thing, or are they different?
They're different.
No. So you have a footpath, then a bridleway.
So
you can walk on a footpath, you can ride or walk on a bridleway, and then you have a ruck, which is that you can drive a vehicle on, but only it's off-roading thing.
Gotcha.
And then you have a road.
So
I don't know about cyclists can use a bridleway.
Yeah, cyclists can't use. Yeah,
Ooh,
I won't say just in case Ed and Charlie giving cyclists a bad name. Taps now.
I don't go on the bridleways.
You can't cycle on the bridleway.
I don't. No, I get off and carry the bike.
Yeah, because you're a cyclocrosser.
Yeah, and then I won't get into trouble, and I won't upset the horses because I like horses.
I think you can. I think legally, I don't know if you can cycle on a footpath.
Is it? Yeah, I think it's footpath. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll
Yeah,
have to check.
yeah.
But walkers can walk on a cyclepath. Work that one out.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the psychopath down here.
At your peril.
Right,
Because you're coming filming on it.
Chris Platt, I think earlier, I can't see it on the chat because I can't scroll up that far, but you're saying that, I think it was you that said you're going to start com hunting around Bolton. So
Yes, Chris did say that, yeah.
2021, let's see some Bolton comms. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. When we're allowed to travel, I think we've got a few stops to make, haven't we? Like,
Well, we're going to
we're going to go to Blackpool.
Yeah, we've got to go Blackpool. We can see Grim.
Yeah.
And
Obviously London as well.
yeah,
See the bright lights of the big smoke.
yeah.
What's left of it?
And we're going to go to Switzerland.
Well, yeah, we've got to see
Have a
Pierre Alain,
raclette. Yeah.
have a raclette, and Edinburgh to see some friends up there, get some comps.
Swansea to see the Twin Towns.
Yeah.
Hang on, did you say Switzerland?
No, it's just that Pierre Alain's from Switzerland.
Oh, I was getting my hopes up then for Tour de Station's road trip.
Wait, I think
I'd love to go to Switzerland.
yeah.
I said I'd come.
Well, I
with
would
you.
as well.
Like
Let's
one
go.
day. I've never been.
Blackpool's Grim, sorry. No, Grim from Blackpool. No, he's not. He's not from Grim. He's not from Blackpool. He's near there. So, yeah. Phil, have you ever been to Blackpool? I think I've asked that on a video before.
No, I haven't.
I have.
Yeah. I've been to Blackpool.
See, Lord wants a Backpedal van. See, for the Europe tour.
Cots found it already. Do you remember?
Yeah, the caravan.
that lovely beige colour motorhome.
300 quid.
Yeah.
Big motorhome.
300 quid, yeah. So we'll have to. It will take 300 quid of fuel, I think, but they'll. Yeah, we'll have to get it sign written up.
We were talking about getting a van the other day, weren't we?
We'll be sponsored by Texaco, so.
We were talking about getting something.
Can we get that? Can we get that new Tesla pickup truck? That's what we want.
No, I want a proper van
Yeah, have you
with a
seen
long
the pickup
wheelbase
trucks?
and things. No, I haven't seen the Tesla ones.
It looks good. I think that's what we should do. Just think of the YouTube views.
I'm selling my Belingo if you're interested.
Yeah. If you want an old clapped out Belingo, it's not chat. It's not clapped out. If you do want to buy it, will you sign it or no? It's just available.
I
You're
drove
going to sign it on the side.
What did I drive
right.
over the summer? We hired a van over the summer when we moved to pick up furniture and things, and that was like a Volkswagen.
It's what a white van man drives.
Yeah, oh, I loved it. I was like, I could be a white van woman, getting everybody's way, knock everybody's wing mirrors off.
I feel very anonymous in my white van because people never recognise me. I'm like waving up to people all the time driving by. No one ever sees me.
We've just upgraded, so we just bought Dad's van because they've moved to Spain for a couple of months. So we've gone to a dispatch, and so we're getting rid of the Belingo. So a bit bigger. It means you can get dressed in the back when you go to a crit race. You can get dressed in the back of it instead of.
Why don't you just do a fill of it and dress, go there, and then stay in your kit when you drive back, and then you'll be freezing cold the whole time.
So you went from London to Swain. London to what's the hill climb? Leith Hill to my
without shoes.
Portlock. Yeah, back to London. Get the shoes in your cycling gear.
I did indeed. But it was only a 5-minute effort. There's no.
There was no warm up.
There's not one drop of perspiration.
True. Yeah.
All I had was a climber's cough.
True.
Yeah.
Didn't even do a warm up.
True. It's all training time, isn't it? I mean, if you're in your kit, you're still training technically.
Yeah.
I suppose it is.
Can you say the really long Welsh word? Welsh tone.
Can I say the really long Welsh word? Yeah, if you get it up in front of me, I can say it.
Can you?
Well, yeah, because it's just I can never remember. I just call it go 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 because I can never remember the whole thing.
I think that's what everybody calls it.
Um,
Llanfair push.
No.
Hang
Hang on, I'm getting
How many glasses of red wine have you had, Ed?
several.
That's what it sounds like. The
You're doing a disservice to the Welsh language here.
I can't speak Welsh, so
Oh boy, settle in.
Hang on, let me find.
settle down, boyo. Llanfair, etc. Yeah.
Llanfair, Pwll Gwyn, gell, go ger eich, wyrn, drob, well llan, ti silio, go goch.
Yeah, but you're going to say all one, innit?
Well, I can't say it all in one because I'm dyslexic. I gotta read the word. Yeah, Llanfair, Pwll Gwyn, gell, go. Hang on, let me say it.
Llanfair, Pwll Gwyn,
Yeah, it's better than your pronunciation. Hang on.
Love that the Welsh cannot even read their own language.
It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, though, does it?
Llanfair, Pwll Gwyn.
It's the only, but I don't know.
I just can't read. I'm just not very good at reading in general.
I don't know why they would call it that.
Well, it translates as, hang on, it's something like the little valley of the Silver Spring or something like that. Hang on, it's a really long translation.
But it's all one word.
Yeah.
And Andy said, imagine getting that in charades.
Literally translated, the long form of the name means the church, because Llan is church, the Church of St. Mary of the Pool of the White Hazels near the fierce whirlpool. And the Church of St. Tisilio of the Red Cave. So that's the translation of the place name. So there's two churches in that.
Just such a bijou little restaurant in London.
Llanfair, Pwll Gwyn, gell go gerich, cwyrn, drob.
Do you know on your phone, you know when you like search for something in the top on Safari of your app, that word just like it's tiny because it just when it goes across the screen it's too long, so the word is just you can't read
the font.
You can't read it. Yeah, it's just a blur at the top.
It is there. If you Google the train station name, it gives you the phonetic way of saying it. It's just the double L is quite challenging for people who don't speak Welsh because it's the sound.
Agnes was born in the village with the longest name in the Netherlands. And so soon, in about 10 minutes when she's typed it, we will know what that is. And we can all have a good go at butchering
that was a very good
pronunciation of her village.
And I'm saying it wrong because I'm not saying it with a North Walian.
I'm so sorry, Agnes, again, that you're going through a difficult time. Obviously, commiserations on your aunt. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. But looking forward to hearing about the name of the world's longest Netherlands village name.
It's a beautiful place, wasn't it? In the Christmas special, she showed us some of the locations. It
was pretty.
I'm still waiting. Agnes is typing furiously now. It's like little thumbs are going like mad. Or maybe there's a keyboard. I'm not sure. I'm a thumb kind of typer.
Oh, you're not? Are you not a finger?
No, I'm a thumber. I'm a thumber, so
Chapeau,
I've got an iPhone Plus and it can accept thumbs. And then on the iPad, I've got a keyboard.
You've got an iPhone Plus? No,
I do, yeah. Once you've had a Plus, you never go back.
I went back.
Really?
Yeah, well, just because I didn't feel confident in my cycle pocket. I just felt that it was too big.
This is where you need a little handlebar bag. Sponsored by.
Put my laptop in there.
Come on, Agnes.
It was
still typing.
It was just a bit like I was just getting a bit concerned. That it was just sometimes it was sort of like jumping out. So, but I do miss the keyboard and stuff. But we had a friend, didn't we, that came from Blackberries, and they typed like that.
No, they don't. No, BlackBerry was a thumb.
Yeah, BlackBerry was easy to type on.
You're looking at the number one aficionado of the BlackBerry. I was devastated when the bank that we then worked for got rid of the BlackBerry and replaced it with the iPhone. I love the BlackBerry. It's a thumbs all the way. I could do
but we have
hundreds of words a moment.
A friend that would do that, and I would take the mick out of him, and he said it's because it's a BlackBerry.
Strange. No one does that.
So small, you couldn't do that.
No one does that.
No.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Do you ever see the Pablo Escobar phone?
Yeah, the gold one. Well, it wasn't Pablo; it was his brother, wasn't it? It was the fold. They ripped off the folding Samsung phone, didn't they?
Yeah, they just covered it in like fake gold and then sold it.
Here we go. Oh my word!
Did anyone approve that word?
Wow.
Hendrik, Ido, Oost.
Nat's going for it. Go on, Nat.
Go on, no. Start properly, Nat. Start properly. Deep breath. Yes.
Get on my floppy nose.
Hendrik, Ido, Oostendam, Schliegman, Skidderen, Gut, in Klein, Sandiligen, Ambacht.
Nice.
Coming to a cinema near you soon.
Agnes can give marks out of 10. I should have a crack. Hendrik, Ido, Oostendam, Schilmansken, Kinderen, Groots, Unclean, Sandliegen, Ambacht. I think Victor Campenarts would have approved.
South African.
Agnes?
South African film, that was.
I don't think I did very well, judging by Agnes' comment.
I thought Dutch was like a nice language.
Very aggressive Dutch.
I think I captured the essence of the language there.
I think that was a 4 out of 10.
He's done a drafting joke on you there, Phil. 4 out of 10 drafting joke.
But yes, indeed. I deserved better when people mark me so harshly. That is a long old name. Is it longer than the one that you just? I can't even start.
I'm going to have to. Shall I type it in the chat for people to see, and then you can judge whether it's
I'll
longer?
get it up now, man.
Indeed, I am half Dutch, Paul. Half Dutch. People, it's a lesser known fact. Actually, I am a part Spanish.
Are you?
Well.
Indeed.
That's where the hill climbing comes from.
I think so.
Actually, most people call it Llanfair Pwll.
I'll do the
Don't call
Latin
it
Dakin.
Google.
Is that how you say it? Oh, bloody hell, about you two. I can't say that's not how it sounds, is it?
Llanfair.
Yeah, Llanfair.
Pwll.
Jesus, there we go. That's one.
Llanfair Pwll Gwyn Gill Go Gerich Wyrn Drob Wyllant Teseilio Go. I got to break it down, otherwise I can't say it. I just call it Go. But all the locals call it Llanfair Pwll.
It's almost like you need someone from Bletchley Park from the 40s to kind of tell us what that means.
The difficulty we had with Klakaka.
Go.
I don't know why I even started trying to pronounce.
The difficulty is it's like the double letters, so it's like the double L's. There is no double D's in there, is there?
No, there's no. So, like in the Welsh alphabet,
At one point I see 4 L's in a row.
We have extra letters in the Welsh alphabet. So we have A, B, C, and then we have CH, which is a ch sound. Then we have D. Then we have a double D, which is a th sound.
Simon says you have to be sucking on a word that's original.
Yeah,
to
you
say
do.
it.
That's a really good way of doing it. Or take your false teeth out.
So, Jane, what was your New Year's resolution?
Still thinking about it.
Winners Riff Race.
I think someone's already taken that in our house. Still hasn't achieved it, so I don't want to pinch anything.
2021. He's got to do it not streamed and not saying which race he's going to enter. So then people will.
What's this, sorry? Winning a Zwift race.
Yeah, you got to keep it. You got to keep it low profile. Get the steerer so no one enters those races. Like Ed said, I'm going to enter this race tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Next thing you know, Gus, everyone just entered, didn't they, to try and beat Ed? So
Phil entered. Phil told me he wasn't going to race it.
Which one was this, sorry?
Today.
Don't tell
Today?
me. Keep
Did I
it.
tell you that?
No.
People
I wasn't going to race it. I didn't.
People entered the race today because they wanted to beat me. So I said, "You told me you weren't going to race,
Did I?
but you joined to beat me." That was the.
I joined to beat you.
That was the joke.
I mean, obviously, I wanted to beat you. I mean, it goes without any question. It didn't happen. I blew up before you, predictably.
You did get a new 20-minute power.
Did I? Sorry.
I did get
20-minute power. Yes, it was a 20-minute power BP. So you can't knock that, can you?
Exactly.
But I always, I mean, to be honest, the trouble with is if there's a race, even if you say you're not going to race it, there's something that happens once everyone goes off, and it's like chasing a carrot, isn't it?
You would hope these chase races, people would understand that you'd work together as a group, but it doesn't happen, does it? It just like you sort of think, like it's beneficial. We've got to stay ahead of. I mean, you guys are just chasing, but we've got to stay ahead of the group chasing us, and we've got to catch the group in front. Let's work together. But it just doesn't happen. So it's that's why I dropped at 3K.
Yeah, I think the chase races are just brutal.
Yeah, I think if they're smaller, you could sort of manage them a bit better. There's people in our, I think was Kev Stephen in the C's. Like there's a couple of people saying let's blob up. We've dropped Scott now. We've dropped the Danger Man. Now let's blob up.
So the C's were saying they're trying to drop people.
I think that was the trouble. Yeah, whereas because I had a couple of locals that I'd sort of put out onto the club WhatsApp to say, going to need some help tomorrow, guys, and even they didn't help me out. they were just in the group. Bullet obviously went off with whoever he could, so it was quite funny.
You missed it. The 23 watts per kilo you were going to do in your sprint today, weren't you, Scott?
Well, what did I do outdoors? I did. that was Pritch. He did 7 watts per kilo and then went to 28 watts, didn't he?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
There's my max power for today.
Wow.
That was.
There's numbers that I've never seen or will see.
That was trying to drop Nat.
I think that was a blip.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a blip. I bloody checked it.
Can we have more doggo, please?
Yeah. You're right, it might be his last Christmas, so.
Aww.
Oh, don't say that.
Last Christmas with you, Scott.
Yeah, he's an old boy, aren't you, Albie?
Yeah,
he looks very grey on the.
He's got really grey whiskers.
Has a hard life with you, that's what it is.
Yeah. With Mum, yeah. So,
He's about 10, isn't he?
good boy. He likes going for my ears. He usually have my ears off my head. That's why they look like they do.
They do look like chew toys, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's the trouble. He thinks this one's got a squeak in it. Yeah. Who's that? Albie. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Don't be sicky.
It's a bit something stuck on his nose, so I just got to massage his nose. Good boy. Who's that? Don't die on us on the live stream, please.
That would be a terrible end.
Be right. Phil's the dog man. You love that dog from the bike shop. What was it?
Yeah, I did like Bobby's dog. Bobby's dog called. So Bobby's left Bespoke Cycling though. He's moved on from there.
All right.
So it's very sad I won't be seeing this little bull terrier. And he'd got, speaking of saddlebags, he'd got a little saddlebag kind of thing that you put on the actual handlebars. It's like a little cradle for the dog to go on, and so he would take the dog out on his bike rides.
This is what I keep telling Ed. If we get a dog, he can take it's like a dual thing. The dog can run alongside the bike. So he's like walking the dog and getting a bike ride in. So if we got a working breed, like a collie or a husky.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Is that on the cards, is it?
Yeah.
I'd love a dog.
What?
I'd love a dog or a cat, but we're in a rental, and there's a no pets clause, so it's a bit like.
Josh,
You have to be careful with their paws, don't you, if you take them to the bike road?
yeah.
Go on, Scott.
I was just going to say, Josh Powers. The reason Phil's iPad name is 61. Is it your 61st iPad? Josh Power wants to know.
Oh, right.
No.
I'd never noticed that.
That's his stormtrooper name.
iPad 61.
Expendable.
Roger.
Oh no!
Actually, I didn't know it was iPad 61.
Roger.
Someone said it earlier, saying about the Star Wars impression, so I had to pull it out before I went.
It's my age. Jason says it's my age. That's right, Jason. Check out the greys here. Check it out.
Silver fox. Well, yeah, better to have.
So there you go. There's a nice bit of grey. Bit of receding as well. That was a concern to me in my 30s, but it seems to have stabilised. So all is well there. I'm going to go grey gracefully.
Yeah,
very grey.
Than lose it, isn't it? Go on then, Ed. Do the hair.
I got a full old head of hair. Like there is not an issue.
Oh, I don't know. It's going back there, Ed.
Yeah, you're right.
I follow my mum with the quantity of hair on my head. So.
And you've got a nice sort of fringe line there, Scott. You've got a good hairline.
Yeah, it is thinning though. So as you can see, when it gets really sweaty,
not even a sign of any grey.
Yeah, well, I'm very black.
That signifies to me a lack of stress in life.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's
more around the back.
It's more. You can see all my greys around the back and stuff, and when it gets longer, you can see the greys. But my nan always said I must have been Italian or something, or in a previous life. But I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, the light in your office shows off your greys nicely.
Oh, thanks, Ed.
We did a couple of video calls on Christmas Day, from the window, and the sun was shining in both of our hair. We just looked so grey. It was awful.
No, Nat, not you.
Just the light, honestly.
Not Natalie. There's no grey in that flock of beautiful hair.
Yeah, you can see them in real life. You've seen them in real life.
The trouble is, they're like this, the grey hairs. They don't even behave like normal hair.
I've got grey in the eyebrows as well, Badger. You may just see it there.
Badger's
nice
eyebrow.
grey in the eyebrow. I pluck them out. I'm so vain that I actually get a plucker and go through the pain of plucking them out. A tweezer. Yeah.
That's painful.
Amazing TV this is.
That's my vanity knows no bounds.
Can't you
YouTube does that to you.
Can't you do what they do with the floss or whatever?
No, you can't do threading.
There's not.
You need someone else to. I don't know if you can thread yourself. I'll have to ask them.
Thread what?
They do it's a Turkish technique. A lot of Turkish barbers used to do it. They use 2 pieces of cotton thread to pluck the hairs out, but it's. I don't know how accurate it is. Ed's asking why aren't you having your eyebrows threaded?
No, right.
We see what I do, Ed. You see, I don't need a Turkish barber to do that. I kind of ruffle upwards with a bit like that, and then the ones that stick above the kind of parapet, as it were, and break the nice line, I pluck out. And then obviously anything grey, I pluck out. And then similarly, because obviously as you get older, the hair starts growing here a little bit. You'll find this out, maybe there, plucking a little bit there and there and there, keeping the grooming tight. It's the bodybuilder in me.
I did buy him a nasal hair trimmer last Christmas.
Nice.
And you use your nasal hair for your ears as well.
No one else agrees with you.
Of course you can. You don't have a separate ear trimmer, do you?
Oh, really?
No, I just use the same.
You can pull the little black ones out, but they're
When I was in school, the girls used to think that I did things with my eyebrows.
And your eyelashes.
He has got a good set.
And my eyelashes, yeah.
I bet a lot of women compliment your eyelashes.
They do.
As it happens, when I was at school, big eyelashes were not a thing on the ladies. But my daughter went for a stage. She must have been about, 16? She's quite good at putting the makeup on. But all the girls have put the makeup on such that their eyebrows were super, super kind of like darkened, weren't they? And they kind of made them as
Eyebrows
big
are
as
a thing
possible.
now.
Yeah, it's huge.
That was called like a term, wasn't it? Like not scouse eyebrow, but it was like a.
Yeah, the monobrow.
I was like looking at her. I was like, "What you done?"
Also, occasionally the false eyelashes, where if she blinks, you get a breeze come out.
It's annoying with bloody Ed's. Whenever I do his thumbnail, it's like I have to decide to cut each eyelash out on Ed's.
It's quite specific.
Thanks to Phil for not having super duper eyelashes. Makes my life easier.
No, but
so when you were at school, Ed, was big eyelashes a thing amongst everybody? You know, in the millennial generation.
Probably went thin.
No, it was the foundation line. It was the foundation that was too dark for your face, and the line that you didn't blend into your neck, and plucking your eyebrows so that they were so thin that you looked permanently surprised.
So yes, I thought thin was a thing until I saw my daughter. Yeah.
No.
No, it's
No,
that is good.
Are they Gen Z? When was she born? When was she born, Phil?
2002.
And my daughter, I should know
Yeah.
this. It's 2002.
Yeah, she's not a millennial there.
Nice to know when she was born.
She's
I do. I definitely know when she was born.
Gen Z or Gen X or something like that, and they're influenced by the Kardashians, apparently.
Yeah.
My daughter, my daughter and Stan, Gen spoiled, I think, was the term.
Jason Vaughan's just he thought he'd check back. He went ages ago. He's contacted back on the end, and so he's probably shocked I'm drinking wine. I mean, it's got to that kind of state where I'm drinking wine. What did someone say? Now? I spoke to Ed. Was it last week or something? I said something about stunning in your hair, and you were like, "What?" I was like, "Put sunning in your hair," and you'd get because there's no sun in Minehead, you'd have to go under the hairdryer in the school hand dryer to try and get the sun in to kick in, and you didn't have a clue, did you, Ed?
And until we elaborated slightly, and I remembered that when I was in school, so you'd have those are the days where the main hair gel would be like a pot of this flubber stuff, and you put your hand in and it's wobbling on your hand, and you put it on your head, and it makes your hair go rock solid. and then you get this spray can stuff, and you can have green, you can have blue, you can have whatever, and then you spray it all over your head, and you went to school with green stuff in your hair. How is that normal?
And you did that?
I did that, yeah. Everybody did it.
Everybody did it.
It was
wow.
And I remember washing my hair to get it out of my hair, and it's why would you put yourself through it?
You'd have been expelled in high school for that.
Playing recorder with his green hair.
Yeah, it wasn't an energy gel, by the way. It was hair gel.
It was in a green pot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was by Garnier. It was.
Yeah,
It was just it was like glue. I remember.
We can't mention brands on this channel, or
sorry.
we might get sponsored.
Oh, that sponsorship deal.
It was brilliant to set your Mohican up.
Yeah, Charlie knows all about those.
Mm. You could get it. The gel was the thing that kept your Mohican up, so that was why it was good stuff.
Yeah, like Kev says now, it's like my Assos chamois cream. That's pretty much the same consistency.
Oh, great.
So it would save. I mean, you probably use Weller. So I bleached my hair and once looked freaky. Yeah.
Faster After 50 Shockwaves by Weller.
What time's your programme on then?
Yeah. Well, this has been a long hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
what a lovely one.
Yeah.
It's been nice to spend the evening with you guys, so thank you very much.
Well, not bad.
Yeah. This is as late as you've stayed up for a couple of months, isn't it?
Mm.
I know. I am
teetering on the brink here of.
Is this going to be the year, though, Ed? I mean, you're so close. Perhaps this could be the year that you see it in.
Yeah.
We want to see the.
Nothing happens, just in case you feel you've missed out on anything. You haven't.
Bill's keeping an eye on the shard for this.
I am. I don't think it's going to go off until midnight, though.
There's some
Make sure you vlog
drone thing as well that's due to happen.
What's that, sorry?
There's some they're putting drones up in the sky with lights on them, which is meant to be quite impressive as well.
Cool. So make sure that's vlogged.
Yeah.
Not around here. I think just somewhere.
It's by the.
Oh, it's round it. All right.
It's Canary Wharf, I think.
Oh, cool.
So we should be able to see it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will obviously record it for everyone, should it happen.
Yeah, well, look, we won't record it because it won't on a GoPro or look
No, you can
literally
watch it on the television.
Just think
dreadful.
Just think of the views.
We're up there with the BBC.
Yeah.
Aaron says only 3 minutes until we stop following EU rules. I thought it was
It's 11.
yeah, I thought it's 11 that we've stopped, not 12.
Oh,
wow.
12 o'clock their time.
So there we go. Okay, Darren, yeah.
Well,
11 o'clock. We stopped following the EU rules.
I don't think it affects this.
Other than the ones that we still follow when the Boris haven't really do it.
yeah. Do you think the live stream will just shut down in like 3 minutes or something?
Yeah, because we're going to have to use different servers for the YouTube.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Darren's terrified. 11 p.m. UK time.
Let's see in New Year with Agnes, because she's got 3 minutes over there.
She's got 3 minutes, yes.
Yeah.
We'll make sure Agnes has got yeah.
Is there anyone else in Europe?
Anyone else in Europe? We've got one in Florida.
Yeah, the Lord of Statistics.
Lord must be New Year coming up. I made Lord Blue.
Marco, I can't remember. Are you still in the UK or are you back in Europe? I'm not sure where you are right now. Marco might be, Marco Dirks.
What's happening with your chocolates, Charlie? Oh, there's mini twirl.
Oh, you've got an Nintendo.
Ooh, matching.
I've been eating them and then putting the wrappers back in. So.
This is a screenshot. Someone screen grabbed this. We've got Hotel Chocolat.
For all the ones that I don't
Stop
like.
putting the empty wrappers back in. It makes me sad when there's no chocolate.
Back in?
I only started doing it because you already started doing it.
Because I don't even.
Yes, yeah, Marco's Holland as well. So there we go. Marco.
1 minute.
And
So
Agnes.
we've got bloody Milky Ways and a Bounty.
A Happy New Year. Oh, no, I don't fancy chocolate right now. We'll toast the New Year in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully close relations in Europe, notwithstanding the Brexit.
No one understands Brexit, Phil.
Demonetised.
Yeah, no politics. But we're very much in agreement.
Here we go.
Are you doing a countdown?
Well, what time is it on the phone? It's coming any second now.
Right.
59.
8, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Pierre Alain as well.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year, Europe.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year. And
Cheers.
you can watch this back at 12 o'clock.
This is brilliant, because now we can all go to bed early.
Yeah.
Hope it's a very happy, healthy one.
Happy New Year, everyone. Where
Happy
did you
New
live,
Year.
Ducks?
Holland.
Said Holland.
Be safe.
Pierre Alain, Happy New Year.
It's doing the sign off, I think.
Yeah.
Or he's got a problem.
Both.
Both.
I'm just trying my best, because I know Scott likes content to work with. So,
Does.
if I do this, then we have all things covered for whatever his magical brain likes to come up with in the edit.
And it is indeed a magical brain.
The singular cell.
The
I'd
magic
love
brain.
a dry robe.
You got one?
No, I think they mean a proper one, not a cheap Amazon knockoff like we've got in the car.
You look like you're kind of emerging. What's it, like a little butterfly from
He's
its
gone into a cocoon.
cocoon? Yeah.
WWE.
When we were in Miami, we used to like watching the little cocoons forming at Whole Foods on the plants there and the little butterflies with the nurse.
It's a really random story.
But no, but it's nice. But no, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you very much for supporting Backpedal. Really enjoyed all the group rides, everyone in the chat, everybody taking part in the rides, and looking forward to some fun and happy, healthy times. 2021.
Yay.
2021 looks a lot like 2020, to be honest.
It does right now, but hopefully
yeah.
a bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Well, we've got another hour to go. Right. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you.
Right.
Take care, all.
New Year.
Thanks for all the fun.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Slick ending.
Don't
Keep
Scott, you gotta do your
talking.
thing.
Keep talking.
Yeah. Well, Ed's going to stitch me up here, isn't he?
I don't know where I'm going.
He's searching for the button.
And
We're going to sit here stoically.
He's in charge.